guys, welcome back to United View. Hope everyone is doing very well. We're back for another match day viewing. Yes, it's Manchester United versus West Ham United at Old Trafford. After some slip-ups from some big sides yesterday, we've got 3 points to get today, so we're going to get straight into it. Joined by an all-star panel, as always, the Match View regulars at this point, Paulo and Mina. How you both doing? I'll start with you, Paulo. How you doing, mate?
I'm excited for today, and I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm good. I'm
Lovely.
feeling positivity. Mina, how are you doing? You feeling positive? You sharing in the positivity?
Yeah, I'm positive. It just shows you what injuries can do to our squad, because I'm not as positive. I'm not as positive as I would have been with our stronger lineups. But
it's all right.
It's West Ham. They haven't won at Old Trafford, I think, since 2007 from a Carlos Tevez goal.
That's a heck of a stat right there.
That's a crazy stat. So I'm hopeful. I think we can get 3 points today.
Yes, let's get straight into the team news, because there are quite significant changes. Mina touched on it. There has been illness and injury has affected Manchester United. So there are 4 changes from the 3-0 victory over Sheriff on Thursday. In comes Maguire for Lindelof, Shaw for Malacia, Anthony Alanga for Anthony. When I go Anthony, they're the same.
Yeah,
same thing, so it's difficult.
Yeah, exactly.
Anthony Alanga for Anthony. I should do like a Brazilian Anthony. How would that sound like a bit like Paulo if it was Portuguese?
I don't actually know,
Don't know. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Marcus Rashford's in for Alejandro Garnacho. So the starting 11 is as follows. In goal, you've got David De Gea, Diogo Dalot, Martinez, and Harry Maguire. With the captain's armband are the 2 centre-backs. Luke Shaw at left-back. You've got Christian Eriksen and Casemiro in the midfield. Eriksen, still not going to catch on. Anthony Alanga, Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford behind the striker, which is Cristiano Ronaldo. Paulo, I will start with you.
Yeah. 4
changes. They seem relatively enforced, those big ones, when it comes to particularly Harry Maguire. Thoughts on the team news?
Well, with Lindelof being out, apparently he's sick. So it's not a surprise Maguire's going to come in. We don't really have any other centre-backs we can use at the moment. We're lucky that Martinez is in this position where he's fit. That back two, unfortunately, it is what it is. In terms of Elanga coming in, what game was it that we said he played pretty well? Was it in Europa?
Oh, Chelsea.
It was Chelsea. He came on, he looked pretty well, was direct. And we probably thought maybe should have started against Sheriff. But, with Anthony suffering a knock in training, apparently everyone's going to be talking about was the spin and all of that. Yeah, relax.
The spin of the spin.
Yeah, the spin. But Elanga coming in is interesting because, in the press conference, Ten Hag said after the game against Sheriff that he really liked that combination with Ronaldo and Rashford. And in this game, it will be interesting to see if Rashford will have that second striker cam position that he played against Sheriff, if he has that role in this team. I don't think so. I think he will play on the left. But yeah.
I mean, by the way, we can see the Sky coverage. What are they doing?
I don't know, but it's just...
actually keep looking up, and I'm seeing them holding up cards.
Yeah, but it's just killing me that Louis Saha is on TV in sunglasses and a cap and a jacket and a hoodie.
He's on national television, and it looks like he's trying to sort of not be seen.
It's like he's going to Tesco and he doesn't want anyone to notice him. I respect it. I respect it.
I respect it, to be fair. It looks good. I think it looks all right. Respect it. Mina, what are your thoughts on the lineup again? 4 changes. Harry Maguire back in. Ten Hag did say, look, we're going to need a squad. We're going to need players in that squad. We're going to need players because there are going to be injuries. There is going to be illness. So, thoughts on that starting 11?
It's a good starting 11. It's a starting 11 that I'd expect us to get a goal or 2 in today's game. Obviously, defensively, that's where people's concerns are going to come. Harry Maguire and Martinez, every game that they've played together this season, we've lost and lost by a lot. So hopefully that's not a repeat today. But it just shows you how fragile we are squad-wise, because defenders, these are the only 2 centre-backs we've got.
Yeah.
Lindelof is out sick. Varane is out injured. Phil Jones has been out all season. Tuanzebe has been out all season. I think they said the 3rd centre-back choice that we'd have is Mengi. And he's just come back from injury himself. So I wouldn't see him starting in this game. So that's another area where we're so fragile, and maybe we'd definitely go into the transfer window in the summer to strengthen that area, because Raphael Varane, as great as he is very, very injury prone. I hope that we get 3 points today. It'll be interesting to see how the front 3 and Ronaldo play together. But we've got Casemiro in the middle. I'm not worried about that midfield battle when Casemiro's playing. I'm not worried.
I mean, you're right. When it comes to the record of Martinez and Maguire so far this season. It's not positive reading.
Yep.
But Paolo, I mean, look, Maguire as a topic at Manchester United is a very loaded topic because we know everyone's opinions on it. In an ideal world, he wouldn't be starting today, and if Lindelof wasn't ill, Maguire would not be playing today. Factual. Lindelof would be starting. But I guess it gets to the point whereby, you know, again, we are going to need him. Like today. Today's a perfect example of that.
Even if Varane was fit, if Martinez and Varane were fit, and none of them got injured this season, we would still need Maguire and Lindelof. You need that rotation. We're playing a lot of games, and like we've said this constantly within the past few games. We're quite surprised of the fitness of Martinez, Dalot. So we're going to need Maguire and Lindelof this whole season anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess this is going to be kind of similar, Mina, to once we get back from the World Cup, when there are going to be people that are, you know, fatigued or have got injuries through the tournament or whatever. That's what the squad's for, right?
Yeah, and like the Premier League is the first league to return after the World Cup. Literally like 2-week break between the end of the World, or even less than that, I think, between the break of the World Cup, when the World Cup ends and when the Premier League starts. So there's a lot of...
it's 5 days.
It's 5 days.
I think it's 5 days.
When does what's the final?
I think it's 21st.
The final is the 21st.
And then I think we've got a Boxing Day
game, yeah.
5 days.
So obviously...
Seriously?
Yeah,
5
so
days.
obviously if the team like France
So they're
gets
just
to the
not
final,
expecting us just to get...
that's the thing. But that's the thing. It's horrible because like when it comes to pre-season, when it was the World Cup and people were coming back after the World Cup, obviously people who went to the semis and the finals came to pre-season a lot later.
Yeah.
But this is not pre-season that they're coming back to. This is mid-season. So it's ridiculous. I don't know how they expect players to do it. And then when half of our team, except for De Gea, poor guy, is probably going to the World Cup.
Yeah. Wow.
So
yeah,
I don't know how they expect our players to get through it.
I did see that. I saw the
55-man
squad for
and he's not
Spain.
even in.
De Gea was not.
None.
I
think he might be accepting that his national team days might be behind him.
might be over that one for him, unfortunately.
could be.
But let's talk about going forward as well. Anthony Elanga is in there, Paulo.
Yeah.
As you touched on earlier on, he was unfortunate not to play Thursday, to be honest, because when he came on against Chelsea, he did play well.
Very well, yeah.
Do you think he's gone with Elanga over Garnacho today just because in those sort of bigger games, he doesn't have that experience, Garnacho, whereas Elanga did have, half a season of Premier League football plus some Champions League games last season, so it's just experience he's probably gone for today.
I think it is experience. Obviously, Elanga's played quite a lot of games last season under Ralph, and I think that, you know, he was always going to start Rashford because Rashford has been in good form. He's been in good form, so he was always going to start Rashford. You know, and Anthony being out, he was going to have to make a decision. Would he have started Sancho or Ronaldo? Pretty much, it was a decision he would have to make. And, you know, clearly, he said, like I said in the press conference, he enjoyed that link up with Rashford and Ronaldo in the Europa League. Doesn't mean it'll work against West Ham. It doesn't mean Sheriff and West Ham, completely different teams. So, yeah, he's gone with the more experienced player. I think Elanga, the few times he's come on, he's played pretty well. Direct, pace is always, you know, one of his main strengths. So yeah, not really surprised Elanga's playing considering Anthony is out, to be honest.
A couple of super chats already. James says Lindelof has been amazing so far today.
Can't argue that.
Yeah, exactly. Put in a solid performance.
I don't know if that was
Hasn't done anything wrong.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong.
Nothing.
Austin Baker says this is where Rashford gets 100. I think, isn't Rashford on 99? Is it career goals for Manchester United or is it Premier League goals?
I think it
might be
I'm
career.
sure.
I can't imagine him getting 100
because I don't
Prem.
think he's scored 100 Prem goals.
Must be
But
career. Must be career.
That's a great stat.
Yeah.
That is a great,
Big stat,
especially
yeah.
for his age. Obviously, he came in a lot younger, so he was going to score more goals. But I think that's a great stat.
Yeah.
That's a
and
great
he
stat.
get absolutely on form. There's no doubt he could absolutely do it today. I've seen a couple of people asking about the bench. Just to confirm the bench, you've got two goalkeepers, Nathan Bishop and Martin Dubravka. Marcel, team Dubravka FC.
Are we ever going to see him play? He's not going to the World Cup,
No.
so he doesn't need to rest.
Exactly.
2 goalies on the bench.
No, 2 goalies on the bench. Terrell Malacia and Fred are on the bench as well. As Mina mentioned, no centre-back on the bench either.
Yeah.
I suppose at a push you could have this guy be centre-back. Scott McTominay does play centre-back for Scotland. You've got Facundo Palestri and Donny van der Beek, of course, after his impressive cameo on Thursday. He's on the bench. Alejandro Garnacho and Jadon Sancho are also on the bench as well. So as far as options, Mina, who do you look at on that bench that you think could come on and make an impact?
You know, if we're talking attacking, I look at that bench and think maybe Garnacho will make a difference. I'm struggling to look at Jadon Sancho and think that he can make a difference coming off our bench. Like, I really struggle to see that. Defensively,
you just avoid on confidence with him.
Yeah, it's just point. Like I've been so like at the beginning of the season. I remember saying like if there's two players that are going to flourish under Ten Hag, it's Sancho and Rashford. Rashford has shown it. Sancho, I think ever since he got the England snub in September, he's just not been the same again.
He did start the season.
He started good. He started good. So I don't know if obviously he's having a confidence issue, and obviously then getting benched is not going to help his confidence. No. Then a game like on Thursday where Garnacho gets the call up ahead of him, that's not going to help. Today, Elanga getting the call up ahead of him, which he prefers to play on the right hand side. So the fact that he's not even the second pick for right hand side, he must be thinking, okay, there's problems.
Isn't that crazy? Like, Ten Hag wanted Anthony, we bought Sancho as a right-sided player, and he hasn't played there at all. He hasn't played, even last season, like at times he played on the right, but majority of the time played on the left. And this season he hasn't played on the right at all.
And to your point, again, the fact that Elanga is in over Sancho just goes to show where Sancho actually is right now. The fact that, earlier on this season and somewhat in pre-season too, they were saying that actually, Ronaldo was going to be, wasn't playing as often, and Ronaldo would be, not the chosen option, as it were. The fact that today he's actually gone, no, I'll stick with Ronaldo up front and put Sancho on the bench probably says a lot as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think the reason he went with Ronaldo is because, look, I know he missed 2 big chances against Sheriff, but I thought he played pretty well, especially when Rashford came on. We've seen recent times in at Madrid and Juventus when he plays with kind of that second striker like a Dybala or Benzema, or even at Man United when Rooney was still about. You saw that he flourished and he played a lot better in these games when he had that second striker behind him who he could link up with during the game. So I think that's why he played Ronaldo today.
A couple of super chats here. Aminor says, Owen, where is Martial? I'm done with him. He's injured. He's still injured. He was asked Ten Hag about Martial after the game Thursday, and he said that he is in training. He's in individual training, not group training. I would think at the moment the situation more is a bit like with Varane, where he's like, right, I'm going to wrap him up in cotton wool and just completely protect him until he's properly available to come back. And Zayn Miasi's back, says, Mina, did you see our masterpiece? 5-0, that's how to play football. Did you see the
game just ended. Like, how are you in the super chat already?
In fairness, Mina was here.
I was here.
She was live, so Zayn, that she didn't. Either way.
Dean Henderson conceding 5 goals. I'm not going to talk about
Exactly.
I'm not going to talk about
Exactly. Steph, welcome.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So
Exactly. Have you seen the team news?
I haven't, unfortunately.
Well, I will let you know once again for those that are just joining us as well. 4 changes from the 3-0 victory over Sheriff on Thursday. In comes Maguire for Lindelof, Luke Shaw in for Terrell Malacia, Anthony Elanga for Anthony, Marcus Rashford in for Alejandro Garnacho. So the starting 11 is as follows. David De Gea in goal, Diogo Dalot, Lisandro Martinez, Harry Maguire, captains the side. Luke Shaw, Christian Eriksen, Casemiro. In front of them you've got Anthony Elanga, seemingly on the right-hand side, Bruno Fernandes through the middle, Marcus Rashford on the left and Cristiano Ronaldo up front. How are you feeling about Maguire being in that starting lineup back to replace Lindelof, who's ill?
Uneasy.
Uneasy.
I was enjoying life without Maguire, to be honest with you. But I just feel like, for the past few games we've had a really nice setup, obviously until Varane got injured, but we've had a really nice setup with the back four, and for the first time in a very long time, I was able to watch Manchester United and not have heart palpitations when the ball reaches, our final third.
I know what you mean. But in fairness, again, this is why, and this is going to come back to bite me, but I am feeling somewhat confident coming into today, Paulo, which is rare for me. I'm a very nervous watcher, me, but I just feel like given West Ham's record, it's not great coming to Old Trafford. As Mina said, last victory was Carlos Tevez, 2007.
Yeah.
And also, we're playing good football. We were chatting before we went live, actually, weren't we? Saying, actually, let's take away the top 2 spots in the league. Let's say that's Arsenal and City, not in that order. But they're fighting for those 2 spots. Then you've got 3rd and 4th, which are way open. And if you look at those teams that are going for those spots, so us, Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle, they're in that conversation, and Liverpool way off. Out of those 5, you'd actually say United are playing some of the better stuff out of all of those, would you not?
Yeah, out of what we've seen, I think we deserve to be in that top 4 conversation at the moment. I think that when you look at West Ham, they've lost 4 away games. They've had 6 away games so far. They've lost 4, drawn 1 and 1-1. So that's not a great record for West Ham, but they haven't also conceded or scored many goals. So I think they're going to sit back, they're going to soak up pressure, going to try and hit us on a counter. When you have Maguire there, it's a worry, obviously.
Are we doing him a disservice though?
No, we're not though. We're not.
You don't?
No, we're not. Like, we've seen it so many times. Come on. There's no conversation.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Like sometimes I understand the criticism, and to your point, it is justified. But like he can play football.
No,
like you know what I mean.
Yes, I say that through gritted teeth.
Yeah.
But I think my main concern at the moment, like following up on what I was just saying before, is Harry Maguire. He's been out for a few games, so not only is he not highly thought of amongst most United fans, but he may well be a bit rusty as well.
Yeah.
Of course,
like he hasn't played like a full 90 minutes. He came on like the last game for however long, but this is obviously his biggest test in a few weeks. So, so that's a worry.
Yeah, I like it. Naturally, it is a worry, and like you were just saying, Paulo, like the criticism is justified and valid because we've seen him have really bad performances for United for a really long time, but. Yeah. He's at the end of the day, he still is a footballer.
No, he's a footballer.
You know what I mean? And he still can play.
Just while we're on the topic of Maguire, again, I've walked in late, but I don't know if has there been any conversation around Maguire taking the captaincy off Fernandes? I mean, I say off.
It is his.
It is his. You know what
I know.
He's the captain.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's a valid point, isn't it? In the sense of he's the established captain. I think he's walking into a team now of actually, if you think about it, of a lot of players that are actually more leaders than him, should you say. You've got like Bruno, you've got Casemiro, you've got Martinez, you've got even De Gea. There's like 4 or 5 people that you could argue are bigger leaders than him, wouldn't you say, Mina?
Yeah, no, I was going to say it's like, your mum and your dad.
Yeah.
Your dad's the head of the household, but your mum runs the house. So by default, like your mum runs the house, but your dad is technically the head of the household. I think that's what it is with Maguire and Bruno. It's like Maguire's the captain by armband, but people are probably going to look to Bruno for leadership on the pitch. I don't think they're going to look to Maguire.
Especially when he's been out for so long.
Yeah.
Like even when he was playing consistently, let's be honest, he wasn't showing that captain attitude. He doesn't show that. So no one's saying that he's not a footballer, because he is a footballer. He's a professional footballer, so you expect him to do well, and we want him to do well. But he's going to have to prove that today.
A couple of super chats here. Red Baron says, Flex said we win the game 1-0, so we will lose this game 1-0. Look, Flex is very he's very touchy on the jinx stuff at the moment.
Did he touch the goal?
He didn't touch anything, no. I've still recommended that he needs to wear gloves when he goes to these grounds, or a full hazmat suit, or Neil Armstrong moon suit, something like that, like a lunar option. He said no, but okay, in the future. Amanor says, Steph, I nominate you to do a Maguire watch, please. Apparently you're on Maguire watch in this game.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot of swearing then.
Exactly. And James says, Maguire isn't good, plus he's rusty. I'm very scared. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, guys, as well. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Nearly 1,000 people watching. I actually checked before we went live earlier today. I think we're less than 300 away from 125k. Less than that. So if you haven't,
subscribers?
Yeah, 125k subscribers. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Smash a like on the like button. Remember, you can join the UV Members Club as well. Links in the video description. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat as well. You get your badges, your emojis, and your exclusive members-only content, such as UV Raw, a behind-the-scenes look at the day-to-day goings on here at United View. The back catalogue is there. New episodes coming soon. I do want to talk about some other people in this starting lineup, because it's not going to just be Maguire doom and gloom. Watch Paulo. I want to talk about his centre-back partner, actually, Lisandro Martinez. We spoke about leaders. We were talking about this, I think, on the Full View. It might have been the other day, Mina, saying, is he up there with one of the best centre-backs in the league right now?
Absolutely. When he first came in, I didn't expect him to have so much of an impact. And it's not just offensively. We've talked about this so many times. He's constantly involved in build-up play, and he's always on. You don't see him switch off. Yes, the first 2 games of the season, he was troubled. We were still somewhat in a bad position. I felt like it was the Man United from last season in those first 2 games.
Yeah.
But he's got to be one of the top centre-backs right now at the moment.
I just saw a stat saying that Cristiano Ronaldo apparently is, I think, 2 goals away from 500 club goals or something like that.
Club career goals.
Every week is a different record, Mina. Could he do it?
Don't know about today.
Don't know about
that one.
For the rest of the season.
I think for the rest of the season, I hope so. He could get 2 more goals. Could get a goal today. depending on how that the three behind him kind of gel. I think bar Rashford, I think Rashford's going to try and create a lot of opportunities for himself, but I think Bruno will be trying to find him. I think Dalot will be trying to find him. So I think he could actually get a goal today. It'll be interesting. But 500 club career goals, that's it.
I mean, when you do put it into perspective, it's crazy numbers, isn't it? I mean, it really is. Like, even the other week when he scored against Everton, Steph, that literally like 700, that was, including club and country, it's over 800 at this point. Like, it is strange because, again, the conversation is about him now, but when you do consider his career, the numbers are astronomical, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think, as I said, I haven't been here for quite some time, but obviously I've been watching this Ronaldo conversation unfold on fan channels and in the news and pundits and stuff. And I'm probably going to get it for what I'm about to say, but I feel like when it comes to Ronaldo, there is a divide, like an age. Like, if you are of a certain age and older, and you grew up watching Ronaldo play in his first stint at Manchester United and you followed his career, I think in general people of that age are a lot more forgiving of Ronaldo because they just remember him at the peak of his greatness. Whereas some of United's younger supporters, of course, like they know the history, but they weren't there to see it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
those moments, those Kodak moments where you remember that however many games that Ronaldo won for us in the past, and it's kind of like, I know that you can't always live off like your history, but I do think, like in my head anyway, as an older supporter, I think like I can give him like more leeway, if that makes sense.
Good point.
Do you think he deserves more leeway, Paulo?
I mean, it's a good point. Like, obviously, I'm a younger supporter, but I've watched him for such a long time, and I think that when you look at what he's done in his career, and you look at Juventus, and you look at Madrid, obviously there's obviously been a bit of a fall off, obviously, in his career. He's turned himself into a striker. He was a pacey left winger, skillful. He could create his own chances for himself, and he was arguably the best player on the team. Like, some people would still argue he still is now, but at 37 years of age, he's a target man. He's a box player. He's one of those players who, he might get an odd goal or two outside the box, but he's a player who needs creation to be made for him. He can't do it all himself anymore. So at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Oh, and also as well, when it comes to Ronaldo, Mina, he played in the week, did okay, had chances, missed a couple of chances, got his goal in the end. Is it, obviously we know his qualities and maybe his, he might not be the most fluid player now, but he still can be dangerous. He can still get goals, can he not?
Yeah, I think so. I think he can still get goals. Obviously, United, I think we are creating more as a team this season than we were last season. I think last season everything was pretty much, we were more relying on individual excellence from people creating their own opportunities. I think this season we're creating more as a team, as a unit, and I think because of that Ronaldo has been struggling. And I'm not sure why that is, because last season he was creating a lot of opportunities for himself, and he was scoring a lot of phenomenal goals. The whole, I don't think it's an age debate about the people that agree with Ronaldo and the issues and the fall off and whatnot. I think just when you're I've been a big fan of an NBA player. And when I've seen his decline, it's just as a fan, it's kind of hard to accept. So I think a lot of people, because Ronaldo hasn't accepted it and he still feels he can play at the top level, I just feel like his die-hard fans are struggling to accept that.
We've got more reference of him being good than bad, and I think that's the difficult thing is with it as well, isn't it? Is we've had almost a lifetime's worth of him playing really well, so your brain tells you, but he did this, he's got nearly 700 club career goals and this, that and the other, so you go, well, he can do that, but at the same time, age and time waits for no one, does it? And I think that's the issue. But look, there's no doubt he can still positively affect Manchester United. There's no doubt he can still get goals. Maybe for him it's about peaking at the right time as well. World Cup's just on the horizon. Yeah. It'd be very Ronaldo, wouldn't it, Steph, if suddenly just before international duty starts scoring goals.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like, actually, one thing I would say about Ronaldo, even in the abysmal team that he was playing in, as in Manchester United last season, he always has peaks and troughs of the season, and his peaks usually they tend to come before international breaks or actual international games, or around March, April time towards the end of the season is when he starts peaking. So again, that's another thing that I have in the back of my mind about his performances so far this season.
Yeah. That West Ham away kit is wild. Did you see that? It's like white at the top, orange like around the hip.
Yeah.
Man,
I need to see that properly.
I mean, who are we to moan with our green, with our lime green?
That was, it's not a great one, but still, look at that.
Oh, yeah, it's a bit,
bit
funky.
That is a little bit. That's like tie dye. You know what I mean? But still, look, I just really want today. I just want this, and I know it's not going to be straightforward because it's Manchester United, and we don't really do straightforward. But I think what we haven't done the last couple of seasons is when other people around us slip up, we don't take advantage of it. That's what we need to do today. A couple of other super chats as well. James says, enough is enough. Owen, go to your room. James always pretends that he's my dad, but he's not. He's just, I've never met James. But
So you claim.
Wow. Unless my dad is going under a pseudonym to tell me monetarily to go to my room, then I appreciate the banter. Troy Superstars in says, what do you mean top 4? Let's do the maths. Today we are 9 points behind City with a game in hand. Win will be 6 points behind City to play Chelsea, Arsenal, and we will not win. We will smash them at Old Trafford. We are winning the league. Troy, obviously, with that positivity once again, and until about 30 minutes in, then he says Erik ten Hag's the worst manager in the world and we're not going to win the league. We've seen that several times. Ray Diaz says, I trust Erik ten Hag, but I'd like McTominay over Maguire at centre-back. Troy Superstar says, why? Stop talking CR7, be positive. Season not over. Never said the season was over.
We're being positive.
Also,
I think he was in relation
to goals.
His peaks.
Troy's a big Ronaldo fan. And VK says, could be Bruno right wing and Marcus 10, Alanga left wing. Could we see that, Mina? We did see that in Europa League.
Yeah, we saw it, and I think that's where Bruno got. I don't know if it went down as an assist, but he crossed the ball into Ronaldo for his goal. He was a bit quiet when Dalot went off on the right hand side, but if he does play on the right, it'll be interesting to see how him and Dalot play together because they play together in the National League.
There'll be more crosses into the box, I feel, if Bruno plays on the right.
Paulo, do you think Rashford at 10? I mean, it was an experiment. Ten Hag said on Thursday. Do you think he could experiment again?
Well, the thing is, if you think of Rashford as more of a second striker, you'd expect him to possibly play maybe like a 4-1-2-1-2 or sort of thing. But again, it depends. Like against Sheriff, he played definitely as a cam because we still maintain that 4-2-3-1 formation. It's definitely an experiment. I don't know if this is the game to do it, but I still think he's going to play on the left.
Yeah,
I think he'll play on the left.
Yeah, I would be very surprised. They're just going through the team now at Old Trafford. Harry Maguire, obviously, back into captain the side once again. Casemiro, Eriksen as a two midfielders. That midfield pairing, by the way, absolutely, they're just superb. How have you made of that midfield pairing, Steph? No words needed. No words needed. It's true, though. Absolutely, it's true. They've been fantastic.
One thing I would say is and it's been a lot in like the mainstream media and stuff like that. I say head-to-head or face-up between Rice and Casemiro.
Yeah.
Particularly amongst like our fans, because at one point that we were like, are we after Declan Rice? Are we going to go after him? And so now I'm just very interested to see Casemiro and Declan Rice go head-to-head.
Declan Rice, he couldn't lace Casemiro's boots, even if he tried. And I know that's very harsh because I like Declan Rice. I do like him. I never wanted him to come to United because I think 150, 100 is a big price tag for him.
The numbers were insane.
But to compare, like the press comparing him, is just because they play in the same position. They are not the same player.
No.
They are not. Casemiro could walk into England lineup if he was English. Declan Rice wouldn't get into Brazil's.
I guess I'm talking about the comparison just because there was talk that we might perhaps
sign him.
Sign him in that.
There was always that conversation.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Conversation.
No, I agree. I think that Casemiro versus Declan Rice, I agree. It's not even a question.
Champions League winner.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, come on.
Because a friend of mine's a Chelsea fan. He was talking to me yesterday saying, because he reckons Rice might go to Chelsea in the summer, which could happen. And I was saying that. But even if wherever he goes, look, Rice is a great player, but I don't think he's like a game changer.
No.
And
he hasn't been great this season either.
No, exactly. Especially for the money being quoted like again 100 million, 120, 130 million. Come on. It might be like a Grealish thing. He's worth that to West Ham, but he wouldn't be worth that to another side.
No, definitely.
I don't think.
Who's stupid enough to pay that price?
Manchester United, of
there
course. And we're off. Game is off at Old Trafford. Manchester United versus West Ham. 3 points needed, 3 points required, and. Okay, let's just please be straightforward, United. Please Nothing silly today. 3 points, on to the next one as we head towards the World Cup. Of course, big game on Thursday as well.
Oh, God.
Real Sociedad. But we've got to focus on this one first.
Yes.
This one first. Get this one out of the way. It's a throw-in for West Ham earlier on. Still can't get over that kit as well.
It's
Cutting
confusing.
my eyes
I
a
was
bit.
just going to say
It's
that.
actually confusing.
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Because it's like the orange is very sort of reddish.
Reddish, yeah.
Ball's bouncing around a little
No.
bit. United just got to clear it, settle down. Oh, it's a foul for United. I don't know if someone's gone through the back of... Oh, it's Rice. Went through the back of Bruno.
Good start.
Yeah, exactly.
He's on like 3k a week at West Ham, innit?
Really?
3K?
Yeah, his current contract, and he doesn't want to
What's
sign
the-
a
what, he's
contract.
still on, like-
This is his academy contract.
He's still on
from
that
West
contract?
Ham, and he doesn't want to
What
sign
the
a new
hell?
contract because they offered him like a big
Oh,
bumper.
yeah, I recall,
But
yeah.
obviously it means that he'll have to stay
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So
That's
he's
mad,
just
you
been
know.
on that.
So how long's he got left then
A
on his
year.
deal? Yeah, is
He's
that
got a
it?
year,
Oh,
yeah. He's got a year left.
So basically it's a case of they're going to have to sell him next summer.
Yeah, they have no choice.
Or they let Declan Rice go on a free where they will never get as much for any other
No,
player
they'll try and
ever
sell him
again.
definitely.
Exactly. Where do you think he goes?
It's funny if he goes to Chelsea because didn't they release him from the academy?
Yeah.
Pass already.
Yeah. Is
Ronaldo
Ronaldo?
dropping deep.
Yeah, dropping deep once again. Well played. That's a foul, referee.
Good, let's
Good
go.
play there, Ronaldo. I like that. It always concerns you when he does drop a little bit deep like that, but
Yeah.
I got slammed because on the preview I said that he was ecstatic, Ronaldo. It was how dare you.
That's unacceptable.
He is
it's
ecstatic because he moves a lot.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
it was a poor choice. It was all West Ham are through.
Oh,
Maguire.
Cover
again.
Martinez, cover him. Well done,
Martinez.
well done.
You know who that was? I'm not going to say anything.
Where was Harry Maguire?
Yeah, let's not speak about him. You know.
Where was
Let's
he
not
in
speak about
that
him.
position?
Just take a look.
Oh wow!
there is Maguire.
Oh, wow. He's on the
Maguire.
halfway line. He's
Halfway
playing as a CDM.
Oh
Look
my
at- Where's his
goodness.
awareness?
Oh my
mate? Just
God.
tell me where his awareness is.
So yeah, Dallo was caught out. Everyone was caught out.
Everyone. But Maguire was like, yeah, I've got it.
Like Maguire
What's
goes
he
back
doing?
and sort of points at Dallo. Go, what the hell was that?
But he does that all the
always
time.
does- he always
points
points,
at someone
yeah.
else.
He points at someone
Like,
else.
he's not the one that's out of position as well. He points at
Yes,
someone
it's
else.
always someone else, man. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's a concern, isn't it? Straight away, camera
The
straight
counter's going to
in.
be dangerous. The counter's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, he's got to be very cautious. Manchester United. United got to play out from the back seemingly. There's questions about David De Gea, his future this week in the press. Linked to Costa at Porto.
We have to get Costa.
We do. He's
I would
an
take him
excellent
any day of the
keeper.
week.
We have to
I'll take
get him. The
Yeah.
good thing is, I can't imagine. I don't think there's anyone else in the lineup to buy a new goalkeeper either. So we might be
Yeah.
lucky to be able to snatch him. But if any other team gets involved, then I think that's going to be an issue.
Do you think there's a scenario whereby we do get a keeper, say Costa, but De Gea stays as well?
Yeah, I could see that. But then De Gea, I would be. Maybe he loves the club that much, but he'd be okay being a
Think
second
so.
keeper. But I don't think he's at a point in his career to be a second keeper.
No.
I think he could go elsewhere and still be a number one goalkeeper.
think
I
so,
think that
yeah.
as well.
It's weird
It's a
though
big
with
decision.
goalkeepers, isn't
Big
it?
decision.
Because especially if someone of his experience and his age, wherever he goes, he's going to want to play. Casemiro with the pass.
what a
It's a good
ball.
pass by
Oh,
Casemiro.
my-
Dallo's he going to put the
Oh,
ball
that's
in?
a good
Edge
one.
of the box.
Oh!
Rashford actually got in front of Ronaldo seemingly
Oh
there.
no, that's a bad connection as well. That was great. Oh, look
Ronaldo
at that.
left
about
it for him. I think
Yeah,
Rashford
exactly.
told him to leave it.
What a
Yeah.
switch
Ball.
by Casemiro.
Ronaldo should have banged that, but
It's
Rashford got
actually
in
the
the way.
bad ball as well.
No, Ronaldo was about to touch it. Look at him. He shot. He's
I
like,
don't
What are you
understand. Does Rashford not see Ronaldo standing there?
I think he might have called for it. He might have
Yeah.
called for it.
Maybe.
He just literally scuffed it.
Look at that. Rashford smiling though. That's what you like to
It's
see.
alright though, it's alright.
It's a stark contrast to last season, isn't it, from him? You know, he was saying in the press this week about how he loves playing for Ten Hag, loves playing for the manager.
Yep.
Of course, he got Player of the Month in September in the Premier League. Scored again. 1 goal away from 100 career goals.
Get on him.
You know, positive and happy Marcus Rashford. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, that's what we need. Oh,
Might be a back foul from Casemiro there. Saying no. No, it won't foul.
Do you know what you're talking about?
Casemiro looks young and old at the same time. I think it's the clean, like he doesn't have a beard or.
He's got a very round
Yeah.
face, isn't he?
But he's just got like a baby face.
Yeah.
But then he looks old at the same time. I've never seen someone look like that. And it's not an insult or anything. It's just
No.
the observation. Just the observation.
Defies time.
well, Rashford's on the left, definitely.
Yeah, so it is definitely Elanga
Yes,
on the right.
definitely.
Ronaldo through the middle.
Bruno just behind.
Yeah. That's funny as well with Bruno today. You know, when you're the captain, you're allowed to talk to the referee. But well, now he's not the
He
captain.
might still
Yeah, exactly. You can't talk to me today. You
He'll
haven't got
still talk to the ref.
You want to take it off, Maguire. I don't want to talk to the ref.
Just send it
Oh
through. Go
my
on, just
God.
send it through.
Long
Maguire
ball.
ball over the top. It's
That's
not
a
bad.
great long ball.
But the thing is like Maguire's not bad. He's actually good at that.
Yeah,
He's,
long ball, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
good at
Long
long
balls
balls and
is
picking
good.
and progressing the ball. He's not bad at it. So having someone on like right centre back that can play with his right foot and then a left centre back that can play with his left foot,
Yeah.
it gives us two channels of
Definitely.
distribution, which is a good thing.
Me and
Go
Flex had this discussion in pre-season. We said about who's better on the ball, Maguire or Bailly, and we were sort of saying that actually, Flex's
Maguire-
point was Maguire's ping is better
It's
than
better.
Bailly's. I would say Bailly's better at close
Can
control.
dribble and he can
Yeah,
dribble.
he can
I remember in
dribble.
pre-season, I watched him take the ball from
Yeah.
our box all the
Yeah,
way
yeah,
to
yeah.
the opposition.
Oh, ball over the top. Martinez sweeps up nicely, but yeah, it's Maguire isn't actually terrible on the ball. That's a good ball over the top to Alanga. Is he onside? Alanga's for a goal.
Oh, no left foot.
Yeah, he's
No left foot for
No
Alanga.
left foot.
It's all right,
Look,
it's all right, though.
he runs in behind. He's a
Alright.
willing
It's a
runner.
great run. It's a great run.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's
He's onside.
onside.
Miles
He's so
onside as well.
Blimey.
Great
But this
touch.
is what's going to work for us is the balls over the top. Because
Yeah.
Zuma looks like he's running like a cat, no pun.
Wow.
But he's running very slow. And I think these balls over the top might work in our favour.
As if you said no pun intended. There's a pun very intended.
Nah, no
Andy.
pun intended.
Oh, West Ham.
Get on him,
I'll
Luke.
tell you what,
Get on him,
a couple
Luke.
of passes, they've been in behind us a couple of times already.
Yeah.
Is Bowen for West Ham. Cuts inside.
Good, Luke.
Well done, Luke Shaw.
Let's go.
Got a bit nervous there for a second. Luke Shaw's turned himself around though at United recently.
Yes.
Just needs healthy competition.
Exactly.
That's it.
Healthy competition and healthy eating. That's what he's been doing. That's it.
Oh God.
You can give me the look, Paolo. It's true. It's true. Looks in great shape.
He does. Get
Oof.
off him. Get on him. Good.
There goes Shaw once again. Gives it to
Ericsson,
Ericsson.
the magician. Go
Nice little
on,
play.
lovely.
Look at that. Keep going,
Casemiro.
Casemiro. Look at
Casemiro,
that.
he's on a different level.
He's just calm, isn't he? And that's the one thing that when he was his first couple of games for United, when he was coming on as a sub, he wasn't doing that. He looked like he wasn't up to speed with things.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think he's gotten, he's gelled into the
Yeah.
team. He's
Yeah,
gelled into
exactly.
the lineup.
The
Just
composure
looks-
is unreal.
Yeah,
But it's crazy because I was saying the only reason why I feel confident today is because of midfield, and I've never been confident
No.
about the
Rashford.
midfield. I've never in my life when McTominay and Fred was playing felt
Definitely,
confident
yeah.
about our midfield.
There was
Yeah.
no control.
is Ronaldo. What's that? Gives it to Bruno.
Backheel, I think.
Yeah, but no, I agree with you. I think what an upgrade on McTominay and Fred, right? Casemiro and Ericsson. Got ball players, ball winners in there.
We just need that one more player missing in that
Yeah.
midfield that we need to sign.
And you would maybe say the concern is just longevity.
wide, go
They're
wide.
both
Yeah,
31.
yeah, longevity, for sure.
Good.
Speaking of which, here is Casemiro.
Done a bit too much there.
Sure, you can make it. Keep running. Is anyone going to get to it? No.
He's going to try to, though.
Oh, unlucky. Do you think Rashford will make it into the World Cup squad?
I think he will, but I don't think he'll play.
No.
But I don't think he's ever been. Was he a starter? He wasn't a starter at the Euros for us.
Most of the time he was a bench
He was a
player.
bench
wasn't
player,
No, he was
which
a
I
bench
think
player.
he's.
Yeah.
I think he will definitely. I don't know if he's going to take him as a winger or a striker. I think he'll take him as a.
But who's
as a
playing better
winger.
at the moment, Rashford or Sterling?
Oh, Rashford.
Yeah.
Sterling has
Definitely
not
Rashford.
looked the same since
No.
Potter came in.
Mm.
He was playing as a wing back yesterday.
Get on it, Delo. Good.
But at the same time, Sterling will
But
start.
Sterling for England is
Yeah.
just a difference. It's like Maguire for England.
different
It's
beast.
different. So same for Sterling. But I definitely think Rashford goes to the World Cup. I think he might be him and Maguire and Luke Shaw, 3 England players for us.
Be sure to smash a like on the like button, guys. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner. 5 away from 300 likes, so we can get to 500 before half-time. We can get to 500 before half-time. We can get to even more. So smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner. West Ham just playing the ball around
Go
the
on.
back line a little bit.
Get on them, get on them.
Be interesting to see how much United press today.
Just thinking that.
Yeah. I think it depends on the opponent. I don't think we've got there completely yet when it comes to high-intensity pressing every single
No
game.
consistency.
No.
No, there's no
No.
consistency,
I
yeah.
think in certain games, Ten Hag's willing to sort of forgo it a little bit. But in games like when we played Spurs at Old Trafford, it was really
Oh, it was
intense.
intense.
And we played Chelsea at
Chelsea
Stamford
as
Bridge,
well, yeah.
it was really intense.
That's a good
Seeing
ball
that
down
as
the
much
line.
today. Played in behind. Martinez looks like he's going to mop it up those.
Look at that.
See out for a goal
Look
kick.
at that.
Gets a big round of applause from Old Trafford as well. What a player! Not if you listen to the pundits though.
Oh.
I haven't heard many
Apparently.
I've heard one apology.
Have
I was
you?
going to say that. Yeah. It wasn't. When was it? Was it? It was this weekend in another Premier League fixture. And I actually made a mental note of it. I was like, oh my gosh, they actually just conceded that Martinez is currently one of the best.
I don't want an apology from anyone.
No.
I just want it from Jamie Carragher.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's the only person I want an apology from. Jamie Carragher on the last day of Super Sunday or whatever when the Premier League's ended. I want an apology from him.
Go on.
That's it, Ronaldo. Press the goalkeeper. Oh, keeper just gets it. Eriksen. Another one, just pure composure in the middle of the pitch.
Giving him time on the ball as well.
Good. Casemiro once again. Ronaldo.
Go on, I'll make that run.
pitch.
Harry Maguire.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like that's why I do
Good,
somewhat
Zalanga.
sympathise, because it's become a thing that every time he touches the ball.
There's a ball there.
I take a deep breath.
Yeah, exactly. Eriksen, ball over the top. Oh, it wasn't bad as well.
Just let it go out.
Goes out for a throw-in. Good start though for United.
Good start. Control.
Yep, exactly. Already, nearly some half chances, you would say, or opportunities to get in behind. That ball over the top's definitely on, and I think we're going to see a lot of this today.
Yeah, I think so.
United, every single player in the opposition half, dominating the ball, dominating possession. Also known as the Ten Hag way, Ten Hag ball.
I've seen an interesting stat that since Casemiro's been a starting player in our lineup, so I think it's like since the first week of October, United are second for possession, and he's top for recoveries and interceptions.
Yeah.
And that just shows that him breaking down opposition attack and allowing us to have possession of the ball results in us having dominant possession of the ball. It's the
Look how high the low is again.
Ooh.
He headed it back. Well, that's the thing, Paulo, isn't it? With the fullbacks, it's going to be completely inverted.
Yeah.
And it was interesting, actually. Funny you bring up the fullbacks, Paulo, because after the Chelsea game, when we were raving about how dominant we were first 35 minutes, and actually Ten Hag said, "No, I wanted more people forward." So could we see that in this game? Could we see the fullbacks push up really high?
Yeah, I think we have to. I mean, West Ham they're sitting somewhat deep, and we've seen it time after time now. That is what is Rashford relax?
Why would you throw yourself into him and then get injured?
That looked like a Harry Maguire
himself
move.
as well.
And like you said, we need crosses into the box. We need crosses into the box.
Yeah, exactly.
I read Dallo did an interview with The Times this week after the Europa League game, and he was talking about obviously when he came to United, he was talking about Mourinho and how he was disappointed to basically be benched for Wan-Bissaka because he was like, I didn't think that was the way that football is evolving in terms of fullbacks, whatever. And then he said he went to Milan, so he's talking about his whole career. And then the interviewer was asking him about obviously how he's playing under Ten Hag, and he was like, my spell at Milan kind of prepared me for this because they were playing very attacking fullbacks. He was like, I want to be like Maicon. He was like, that's my goal. That's the kind of fullback that I want to be.
Prime Maicon.
Prime Maicon.
Not Maicon getting ripped by Gareth Bale.
No, not that one.
He said prime Maicon. He wants to be like, so he was like, he wants to be in the box more. He wants to be scoring. He wants to be assisting. He wants to be literally like spending more time in and I like to see that because
I think we've seen flashes of that.
I've definitely seen that. I've definitely and it's nice to see for once a player doing an interview where they're talking about what they want to do and you're seeing it on the pitch already.
Progress, like you're seeing,
Let's go in the ball's in the hands of Fabianski, the West Ham goalkeeper. Super chat from David G says, Ronaldo loves to come deep, needs to stay up front.
That's got to be instructions.
Oh,
though.
there you go.
Casemiro
wins it back. Ronaldo's going to take a shot. Shoots. Ronaldo.
Okay.
Held by Fabianski. Let us know in the chat as well who you think the first goal scorer is going to be.
I think it'll be Rashford. It's got a funny feeling he's going to score this game.
Got a feeling it's going to be Rashford. Mina, who do you think the first goal scorer is going to be?
I think it might be Ronaldo.
Ronaldo?
Yeah, I think
Steph?
it might be Ronaldo.
Eriksen.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. Has he even scored for us? Yeah, I don't think he has.
You never know, a free kick. He took a free kick
exactly.
in the week, didn't he? I was surprised to see him take one over Ronaldo. Ronaldo just fired it right down the goalkeeper's throat, as it were.
Imagine if it's Harry Maguire who scores first.
You never know. Set pieces. Eric Ramsey. Fingers in the ears.
Rashford, that's a bad pass.
Bad pass. Here comes Rashford.
In the box, Ronaldo.
Pick the right option, Marcus Rashford.
Go
down, or deflection. Just over the bar. Just over the bar. Vegeta says Rashford first goal. Alanga, Dilva says Alanga first goal. Ghost says Ronaldo. The M Blaze says Rashford. Dilva says Bruno. Rugby says Eriksen would be awesome. A lot of Rashfords in the chat. Unlucky there, Rashford. Thing is, that's what he can be, isn't it? When he runs at people, he has that pace. Short corner for United.
We've seen a couple of differences and.
Here's Shaw.
Outside
of the foot.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking, where was he going to go with that?
I was thinking,
how is he going to cross this in? Oh, it's a nice little switch, that.
Great from Bruno. Elanga touch poor, but we still got it.
Does well. Dallo, ball into the
good
box.
cross.
That was a good header. That was a good header.
Rashford looks
Rashford
dangerous.
looking better, you know.
Yeah.
He looks a lot better.
Yeah. Look at this.
He looks a lot more comfortable in the air.
That's what his third chance today.
Yeah.
That's a good header
That's
from
a
Rashford.
free header as well.
Yeah. I think he'd be a bit
And
disappointed
I never
with it,
thought he
actually.
was that good in the air, but
I think keeper was just in a good place.
Yeah.
I think the keeper was in a good place
position.
there.
Is West Ham on the attack? I mean, his goal in the week, Rashford's header,
It was a
was
good
a
header.
quality
That
header.
was a
He
great
had a
header.
lot to do.
He had so much criticism, didn't he, about it in the game before when he missed that open goal with the header.
He just got a lot. People were criticising him for saying that his finishing, he was just blasting it, and he wasn't, you know. Because I think Henry as well, didn't he, against Spurs, saying he had to finish it, or his finishing needed to
get
improve.
rid of it.
But I would say in defence of him, whilst I agree maybe his finishing does need to improve, is he's playing in a role he realistically doesn't naturally want to be playing in, that being a striker.
Yeah, exactly.
He much prefers playing off the left, and he's been playing well off the left.
Maguire scares me.
Nice pirouette past Casemiro. Good block by Martinez in the end there.
Wasn't expecting that one.
Another block
Good
this time by Maguire.
Maguire's just going to be there blocking shots. I'll have that.
That's a foul, referee! Well done. Got to be weary, West Ham. Still got good players. They spent a lot of money in the summer as well.
They did. They brought
That was rude. That was rude.
Yeah. They were actually going to sell him this summer, Ben Rahma. He wasn't meant to stay.
Oh really? Who was he going to go to?
He had a fallout, apparently, with Moyes. And then they made up. Apparently.
Just keep it.
Yeah, how much did they buy Scamacca for in the end? It was a
I
lot.
want to say around 40 million.
Yeah.
That's just an estimation.
They've gone through strikers in their time.
They have.
I saw like a clip, you know, when you're just scrolling through Twitter, I saw a clip of like a compilation of Payet's goals for West Ham, like that one season. Unbelievable.
There's
Absolutely.
free kicks.
He's one of the most, Payet, even in League One right now, he's got, I think, a record number of goals since he's been in League One.
I mean, also as well, that's when for the
there you go.
United win it back here.
Give
it Bruno, give it. Ronaldo! Tries to go past. Unlucky.
Keep it, sorry, keep
Give
it.
it edge.
Good.
Bruno again. Tree side clip. Don't force it. Ronaldo.
Stepovers. Where's the stepover?
Oh,
There you go.
turn back time. Exactly. Sure, Casemiro.
There's a ball that Ronaldo's on.
Onside. Gonna chip it in. Oh, corner ball.
Good football.
Good play, United.
Good football.
Recycling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Red Baron says, feel for Paulo all alone. Owen rejected him.
Yeah.
It's just because Paulo's ego is so big.
Why? People never feel comfortable with someone sitting by themselves. Why if Paulo wants to sit
exactly.
alone?
Well, Owen didn't want to sit here with me.
Exactly. I mean, yeah.
Exactly.
Paulo's ego is so big, I have to have this giant desk.
Just to protect
and
himself
sit
from
above
me, yeah?
everyone else. Look down upon them. Quarter ball to Manchester United. The shot was still there, actually. Got to be taken this time.
Quality crossing.
Ball put in. Oh, it's going to Casemiro, I think, at the back post. Counter-attack might be on for West Ham. Need to be careful.
No, not if Martinez is there.
God, don't jinx it, Mina.
Elanga, stay
Don't
on.
jinx
Stay
it.
on, Elanga.
It went off. It went off, referee.
That must
it went
have
out.
gone out. Yeah,
Good.
thank you. I didn't jinx it.
Good.
I mean, I was just going to say I'm on Harry Maguire watch, but he was nowhere to be seen just then. So.
Martinez is normally, because he's short, he's normally the last guy back.
Yeah.
He's not going to go up for corners. Maguire's 6 foot, what, 3?
6
foot 2?
6 foot 3.
And his head is that size. Of course, I would want him in the corner. I want him in that size corner, 100%.
It's just that he's so slow getting back, you know?
Yeah.
But then that's why it helps to have, I think Dallo sometimes is back and sometimes Luke Shaw is too. So it helps to have, and even Elanga was back quickly.
Yeah, he was. He had to stay on him.
David Moyes wasn't happy about the ball maybe not going out there. Remember in the Europa League, was it semi-final one last year when he kicked the ball at that ball boy?
Oh, yeah.
He just attacked a ball boy. And after the game they asked about it, he was like, yeah, I know, it was a red card. Can't do that, David.
David.
Just kicking the ball at a ball boy. Poor defenceless. Europa League semi-final. God. That was a massive opportunity for them last year as well.
Yeah, they fumbled that big time.
Massively. Because you look at the quality of what the Europa League is going to be this season in comparison.
I mean, they're in the Conference League now, so even that is, I think there's still a few decent
There's a ball there in between.
Oh, Martinez, not that one. Recover. Well done, Luke Shaw.
Go.
Luke Shaw, what's going on? Pass the ball properly. Oh.
Don't be doing this.
Now again.
Alanga.
We're messy with the ball right now. The thing is, we've been all over them the last 20 minutes, but we have nothing to show for it.
I know.
You don't want a Chelsea 2.0 where you're all over at them in the first half and then nothing to show for it.
Because that's what teams coming to Old Trafford will want to do. They'll say, first 30 minutes, weather the storm, you'll get into the game and then you might get an opportunity. That's kind of what's happened so far.
Declan Rice, you're not Casemiro. You're not
yeah?
Casemiro. Don't try that.
Exactly. Referee left it a bit on him. Bring it back.
Yeah,
well done. Good refereeing. It's a disgrace. It's cheat. Kicking
Casemiro, your
like
favourite player?
No,
Mina?
I don't have a favourite player this season. You know, Pogba's gone, so I ain't got a favourite player no more. But I wouldn't say Casemiro. I like him. I love him, but he's not my favourite.
Yeah,
I say probably Martinez is this season.
I think a lot of people got a lot of affection
Martinez
for
is
Martinez.
probably one of my favourite players this season.
Yeah. This is
Casemiro's, I'd say, close second.
Maguire, you... it's alright though, it's alright.
Gets lucky. Is Dallo.
Hello.
Really centre, isn't he?
That's
trying to find
a good cross.
Ronaldo.
Get on him.
He's got to win it back.
On him. Oh, that's good.
See, West Ham's starting to get a bit of a foothold in the game a little bit now. Good
tackle.
Luke Shaw. Now counter. This is in transition. Rashford's there.
Rashford's there.
Wasn't the best one to him. Wasn't the best one. Rashi forced it. It's all right though. Come on,
Delo's there in the middle.
Don't take the shot.
Delo's there in the middle.
Short. I mean, his body's in the box. There aren't many.
It's just Ronaldo.
Ronaldo's just like crossed the down ball.
Well done, Dallo. Bruno's going to take a shot.
Yeah, he did it.
Just recycle the ball.
Go backwards. Sometimes go forward. You've got to go back.
Yeah.
Shout out Cam.
Don't force anything.
It's a great saying. Ever since he said that to me in a tactical view, I think I've repeated it every single match.
Yeah, it opened your eyes.
It really did.
Yeah, but why would you pass back when Maguire's there though? You just wouldn't do it.
Because people will run at him and they'll think we can get the ball back. Then he's a good pass.
Oh, there he won the ball.
Oh my God! Oh dear! Stand him up, Martinez. Stand him up. You've got him there. It's fine.
Good,
well done. Good recovery. Oh, Maguire tried to go right through.
He's clapping now.
That's a bad.
Man!
First of all, Casemiro.
Look at this. You don't need. You cannot commit like that in that space, that high up the pitch.
No, you can't do that.
You cannot do it.
And again.
You just stand him up. Because, I mean, it's percentage football there, because the chances are you're not going to make that tackle. And when you don't, you've just opened your team right open. My goodness. That is erratic on another level.
Relax, Owen, it's alright.
You can't do that, though.
You can't relax, though. You can't.
Oh, God.
Got to defend this corner. Thankfully, there's defenders that bailed him out, but still.
Good. They're going to be dangerous in corners. They've got big players.
The problem is, as well, with Maguire, is you go, is that rustiness, like you said earlier, Steph, or is that just Maguire?
I see Maguire do that.
Bit of both.
But he's done it. That was the second time. I don't know if you saw earlier within, I think it was just before the 15-minute mark, he got nutmegged on the halfway line. He kind of tried to go in for a tackle.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Man. They'll see that West Ham as well. They'll be like, oh, that's an opportunity.
Do you think they're going to target our left-hand side just because of Maguire?
I think so.
Yes.
Or their left-hand side, sorry.
Yeah.
Just because of Maguire.
All of their attacks have come there, really.
Even if Maguire chooses to stay quite high up, he doesn't have enough pace to recover. And even if he's the last man, he's going to get done out because he's not agile enough. Do you know what I mean? He's going to get done out anyway.
I'd never see him being our last man. But even if he did go forward, would that mean Casemiro drops into his position?
Yeah,
I'd rather see Casemiro taking part in the attack.
Yeah,
that's true.
Than see him doing defensive duties.
That's why the balance isn't there with Maguire. You just can't play him in these sort of games where you want to play high up the pitch.
And I don't think it's solely his fault. It's simply because we don't have anyone.
Exactly.
Like, come on, like if Mengi was fit, I don't think he would play.
No.
I don't think he's going to play. I think Maguire would play regardless.
It's like, and again, that's why. Left hand side, De Gea, good sweeper keeper. Well done, De Gea. But again, to your point, Mina, it's the left hand. It's West Ham's left hand side. They're coming down that every single time, which is our right. But because the space is there,
and also because I think Bowen is isolated with Luke Shaw. Ben Rahma, he's looking confident today, where he's thinking, I can take on my man. I can beat my man. I can take on Maguire. I can beat him.
He does well there, De Gea as well. Because I was not confident Maguire was going to make that.
Oh, that's a good ball. There's space there.
He's going to have a shot. Huh? Ooh.
It's not there. Good save, David De Gea. Oh, my goodness. Come on.
They both got
We're
done
so
out.
vulnerable.
They both got
he's
done
offside. He
I don't know, was that a step that he did?
Yeah,
what was that?
he
He was about to shoot, he
yeah.
was about to turn. I don't even. He had
It was almost like a feint, and then he kind of just went past him.
Look at this. He's got so much space initially to get into anyway.
Oh, that was rude.
Pass
two players.
He was offside.
I mean, well done for Dalla, because I think he knew he was stepped back.
Still, this is concerning. I think, again, Paulo, to what you were saying about Maguire as well, and it's not necessarily, it's difficult to criticise him because it's who he is, it's the type of player he is, but you just can't play a high line with him.
No,
he's not quick enough, so he's going to get caught out every time.
No matter where he is,
Exactly.
if he's high up or if he's the last man, you can't play him there.
And again, that's not necessarily like almost a criticism of him, because you have to know your players, don't you? You have to know who you're playing.
Luke, come on.
But West Ham's starting to get into this a bit.
Good.
Having a lot of joy down our right-hand side.
Ooh.
You all right?
Oh, that's a good
Stay on him, Bruno.
Oh, Declan Rice literally just left him. He just left him.
I'll give a foul. 27 minutes gone, still 0-0. A good start from United, but now West Ham growing into the game. Ten Hag shouting instructions there.
He never looks entirely happy, does he?
He said he's a very impatient man.
It's the Dutch in him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be impatient. Good game.
Clear.
It's clear.
Clear.
We are United. I think I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday. I find it bizarre, some of the media, I say criticism, but there's been some blind appreciation for other managers in the past, and I don't just mean United managers, I just mean other managers in general. And there's this weird criticism of Ten Hag that I just don't understand.
They're just hating for no reason.
Because they want to
as soon as he came in.
I don't know. No, I don't. It's just.
I don't even think it's that they wanted Poch. I think it's because it's the way that the Oli regime ended, and I'm going to call it a regime because that's what it was. And I think that Oli was their poster child, and he's come in after Oli, and anyone that comes after him is not going to be good enough.
Yeah, well, it's just like going back to the Ronaldo thing. Like the way he handled it was terrible, and it's like, what is it? Or they're going, that United are 5th in the league, 6th in the league, or how long is that last? Like,
you know what I'd like him to do? I'd like him when he gets more comfortable in the managerial job. I would like him to call out these pundits that talk about him, like Jose Mourinho used to do. Because no one like Gary Neville and a lot of these pundits sit there and I never saw them criticise Oli once. Even when Oli was struggling in the role and United were struggling, they kept saying be patient. The guy's been in the job now for 2.5 months and they're not showing patience with him. So it's actually quite I want him to start calling the pundits out. If
Ten Hag was in that position that Oli was last November,
they would have been calling his head.
They would have said, get him out. That's what it would have said.
Way earlier. Red Baron with the super chat says, what about most disliked players, Mina? You said you don't have a favourite. Do you have anyone you dislike most? It's quite a negative one, that.
Ooh, I wouldn't say there's anyone I really dislike. I try to like all our players.
I think any player that plays for United, you can maybe not rate them or whatever, but you can, once they put the shirt on, you back them, don't you? Support them.
Yeah, for sure. Phil Jones probably, I would say, just because he's just been stealing for a living. He's taking up his squad space.
I sympathise with him.
I don't sympathise with him. I don't, because if he really wanted to play football, he would have left.
Good.
Simple as. Chris Smalling wanted to play football, he left. Eric Bailly wanted to play football, he left. If Phil Jones really wanted to play football at the peak of his career, he would have left. He wouldn't have been sitting on our bench for so long.
Maybe he can't. Maybe he can't play football.
Maybe it could be.
He's just injured way too often.
I think I legitimately like part of it. Like when his contract expires, he might just call it a day. Seriously,
I think
that might be the situation. And Kizza says, we can't play a high line with Maguire in the team. He is a liability and will cost us points. Yeah, that is going to be the concern. But 30 minutes gone, still 0-0. And
West Ham are dominating possession right now.
yeah, it's starting to become slightly even, isn't it? You know, West Ham growing into the game a lot more at this point. Possession only 53% to United, 47 to West Ham. We've had 7 shots, 2 on target. West Ham 3 shots, 0 on target because that one, De Gea's save was offside.
We can't keep doing that.
Just got a bit sloppy, innit?
We can't keep doing that.
Let's give a foul. Ah, referee.
That's soft.
Come on. Yeah, passing's just got a little bit.
Yeah, Casemiro's dropping deep and he's trying to do all these. No, you need to keep it simple.
It's maybe a little bit like those couple of times that West Ham got in behind has rattled us slightly.
Yeah.
Certainly curious for Ten Hag's thoughts. But, I mean, I don't... Even already, 50 minutes to go to half-time, I don't suspect he'd make any changes, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
I think he's
Go on.
That's fine. Martinez,
go on.
Keep
Make
going forward.
Luke Shaw's there. Oh, that's
Ronaldo, that's space.
Lovely.
Pick the right pass.
Oh, come on, you see he's
It's a bad
offside.
ball.
There's an opportunity that between the lines.
Stay on
They're
him.
pressing though by
Stay on
Ronaldo.
him. Alanga, go
Wants to
on
make up
him.
for his
Alanga,
mistake.
go on
Good.
him.
Well done. Ronaldo looks a bit frustrated with himself there.
Good, Martinez is a beast.
He is.
It's a good ball, look at that.
And there's a lot of space there.
Yeah.
Bruno was the one.
It's a bad ball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Bad
I think he wanted to see Ronaldo was about to pass to Rashford, realised that he was offside, and then
Yeah.
changed the.
Oh,
Big
that's-
man, come on.
That's
Again.
That's just poor.
Oh,
Well done
good.
from Bruno.
Good, he wins it back.
Oh,
Oh!
I'm watching FIFA.
I don't know what's going on, literally.
Nah,
Feels like-
I'm actually watching.
literally, we'll win it back and just give it away straight away.
Oh my God, relax,
Oh.
man. We're panicking in possession.
The unforced errors in the last 5-10 minutes would be so high.
And that's like, what, that's Casemiro, Eriksen,
Yeah.
Bruno, Rashford.
Honestly.
Relax.
I just need to settle a little bit. There he is, Gareth.
Southgate.
Yeah. Do you think he'll be the England manager after the World Cup?
No,
I don't
No,
think so either.
no.
but yeah, no,
But not-
no, he might. It might be like a Ollie all over again.
You
What,
think?
Yeah, like Southgate played for the England team. It's just that love story.
He gets a lot of backing, doesn't he?
He
From
does.
pundits and
He-
in the press.
they back him a lot.
Mm.
It's the English bias.
I don't disagree that he's done a good job in terms of the sort of personalities
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
players.
definitely.
Transition.
But
Is
he's
the
got
ball
one
there,
of the
Bruno,
best,
man?
I think, England squads
Yeah,
that we've had in
yeah.
a long time, and he should be.
And
We should have won something.
And he's had great run of games, like through tournaments. You'd beg, you'd rip your hand off for some
Like we
of
beat
those.
Germany in a knockout
Exactly.
stage.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if I'd be shocked if England even make it out the group stages.
Really?
But
Really? What easy
that's a
group.
conversation for another
Yeah, I
time.
was going to say, oof.
Ooh.
Thing
Is
is,
he not going to give anything? No. Oof.
it's likely even if England finish first or second, they get either Netherlands or Senegal.
Right.
2 tough games in the
Yeah.
round of 16, I would say. So, look, if he gets knocked out, then I don't know how he stays as manager.
Oh,
Why did he
Whoa.
header it?
wasn't
He's
sure about-
offside.
Oh, he's gone down.
Oh,
I think
He's not used to headering.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think he's used
Yeah,
to
exactly. It's actually that hurts.
but yeah, no. To elaborate on my answer, no. Gareth Southgate, I don't think he will be manager after this World Cup. But I feel like he will make that decision. It won't be
He might walk.
the media.
He must
yeah,
be.
yeah,
he,
he'll
mu- he
walk.
has to
Yeah.
because
He'll
if you
walk.
3 major tournaments,
Yeah.
even if England made it to quarterfinals, he can't be like, okay, I made it to a semis, a finals, and a quarterfinals, and I haven't won anything. He'd
Yeah.
be an idiot to stay.
I feel like he was. I mean, he signed a new contract after the Euros, I think, didn't he? But
Yeah.
he was reluctant to commit right afterwards. It's a straining job, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think maybe you might just feel like that's
It's a case
enough.
of walk before you push.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think the depending on just a pure disaster happening, I don't think the FA would want him to go.
Good ball.
It's a good ball.
Fantastic ball. from
Ericsson to Rashford. You've got some options.
Dallow's calling for
That,
it.
yeah, Dallo.
Overlap,
Luke
Shaw.
Shaw.
Put it into the box. Oh, it's right though. I'm happy with that. Just goes to show Luke Shaw when he does overlap a little bit.
Yeah.
KG's in the chat, says Maguire is rubbish, by the way. How do you really feel, KG?
Yeah, tell us the truth.
Exactly.
Declan.
KG also says, looking like the old United. Weird. I think we're still in that phase where we can still slip into old habits.
go on,
Well
Luke.
done, Shaw.
Put a
Ball
great
into the
cross
box.
in.
Oh! Alanga, heavy touch. It's not
No,
gone out.
no,
It's not gone out. What a pass by Anthony.
What a pass.
Exactly, he
Oh,
meant
pass.
it.
He switched it. Luke Shaw, man, he's a great crosser.
Yeah.
We need more overlaps.
Yeah, when he does make that overlap.
Oh!
Referee.
Oh, send him off, bro.
Skamaka. Get rid of him.
Send him off.
Yeah.
Book him. Thank you very much.
Yeah, this
Thank
is the
you very
point.
much,
When
bro.
they do that, they go, "Oh, it was only one foul." Yeah, but look at what it was. It was
Exactly.
cynical, man. That is a booking.
It's because he got sent.
got
Rashford
sent.
actually sent him.
Sainsbury.
Look at this.
See you later,
I got
mate.
sent
See you later.
Sainsbury's.
It's a booking. It's a foul. Get over it. Now, got to take advantage of this. Good
Yep.
ball into the box.
Quality ball.
Quality ball. We do actually have some height
Yes.
in there.
Casemiro.
Casemiro,
Ronaldo,
Maguire, Ronaldo.
Maguire, Delo.
Delivery's got. Yeah, Dallo scored a
Taylor
header.
scored a header. He's there again from
Exactly.
post.
Check the ball.
Go on.
Delivery's got to be good, Ericsson.
Look at that forehead.
Come on.
Put your head on that.
Ericsson, ball in.
Ericsson, right?
Edge of the box, Martinez. No, you couldn't. Oh,
I wanted him to shoot.
me
I
too.
really
honestly.
wanted him to shoot.
Yeah, Bruno low.
I'd leapfrog this desk if Martinez scored.
Bruno moving like Bruno of old.
Hot potato.
Yeah.
Just a bit
Impatience.
Sloppy. Just a bit sloppy on the ball, United, aren't they? Like those crossfield passes were working first 20 minutes. They've just stopped.
Yeah, it's just
They've
not
just
working.
completely stopped.
Well, West Ham have gotten a lot more comfortable now, so
Left-hand side looks dangerous though, with Rashford and Shaw.
yeah.
Alanga's been quiet. Our
Barely
right hand
touched the
side
ball.
has been very quiet. Except for when he just fizzed that.
Yeah, look at that,
What
look
a
at that.
pass! No, that pass is mad.
What a pass! It's brilliant.
That pass is amazing.
That's Ten Hag ball. That maintaining possession.
That's right. Throw in.
Yeah, the right-hand side's actually been really quiet, hasn't it, Mina?
Yeah, it's been very quiet, and it's not usually like that with Dallo and Anthony.
It's a good ball. Just keep it.
Ericsson,
Good.
left-hand side again is
Luke.
Shaw.
Just don't
Let's
force
go
anything.
inside.
Just keep it. Go to the low.
Casemiro.
Casemiro. Go on, Alanga. Well done. Oh. You've got it, Dallo. Well
Go
done.
pass.
Good play. How do you say it properly, Paulo?
Diogo Dallo.
There you go. Diogo Dallo.
There you go.
That was bad.
Can you do the Bruno one?
Yeah. But bad for one ear as well.
Oh, what a ball.
Ericsson. Good ball. That's what he does. 100, 100, 1, 0, 0. 100. Marcus Rashford. Hits it, scores again. He's good with his head.
Who
Bang.
crossed that in?
Ericsson.
Ericsson.
What a ball.
Marcus Rashford,
Yeah.
100.
What a ball.
Starlord says
What a
Rashback.
header.
Rashford with the headers, yeah.
What a header. He
Header.
tackled
The header,
those
but I was going to
guys.
say,
Bang.
like
Bang.
his jump was
Bang.
like,
Yeah.
he jumped.
He leapt.
Yeah.
He leaped. Whatever.
He is a different player.
He
He's
got
a
up.
different player, isn't he?
Yeah,
He
he's
really
looking
is.
good this
Confidence,
season. Oh.
smiling, happy Rashford. 100. That's what he
Get
said.
in, Rashford.
100.
Get in. I said Rashford will score.
Exactly. A lot of
What I'm
people in the
saying.
chat were saying it as well. Rashford would score. They were
That
right.
cross though.
But from a West Ham point of view, from a throw-in,
Look at that bang.
He didn't even jump. Their right
Literally.
back. Who's
It's
their
poor
right back?
defending.
He did not
Look,
even
that's a
jump.
great cross though by Ericsson.
He did-
Ericsson
it's like
assist.
he wasn't even aware that Rashford was
Yeah,
there.
Rashford
he
back
didn't
post.
even-
Yeah.
Bang.
He wasn't aware that
Bit
Rashford
of
was
that.
switched off.
Come on.
Ericsson again.
Look at that. Oh my.
He makes
this
it look so
ball.
easy
Yeah.
What a
Look at
There
that
you
header.
go. On a plate.
Nah,
Still,
he
has,
wasn't
still
aware.
has a lot to do though for Rashford there.
Yeah,
Header,
no,
on
it's a great
target,
header.
power. I like that. What Starlord said.
Boom.
Rashback.
Gets
Rashback.
it.
Got Rashback with your purchase.
Hey.
Brilliant. 1-0 Manchester United. About 6
Oh,
minutes to
no,
go to half
but-
time. Got to get to half time first though. Blocked. Deflection. Well done. Good recovery. Diogo Dallo. He's a different player. This is what I'm saying. 100 goal for Manchester United. Marcus Rashford. Has to be a conversation for him for England. I'm seeing Rashford
Yeah,
far
man,
more
he keeps
effective than
performing.
Sterling in the Premier League. I don't think Southgate would do it.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he'd do it. But there you go. 100 for Marcus Rashford.
He's performing, man.
Yeah. And to be honest, he's been the biggest threat in this game so far.
Yeah, he has.
He's been the one that really looked like he was going to score. Corner though for West Ham. Got to deal with this. Get rid of it. KG with the super chat. KG, that comedian, says 100 goals for Rashi and drops several bombs.
Let's go.
We don't have the soundboard.
I don't have the soundboard. Thing is, if I did, it would be so farcical, me trying to work that soundboard. It would not be the same. It would not be good.
Yeah, Lanka's been very quiet this game.
I think he's trying to get involved. It's not through want of trying.
Yeah.
To be fair on Olanga. And also, as Mina said, like for the past few games, it has been predominantly Anthony and Dalot that has been the pairing on the right. So again, maybe it's just they're not used to working.
Dennis Law scored 100 goals in 110 games.
And Rashford done it in 380.
That's imagine.
That is insane that Dennis Law basically got a goal a game to get to 100 goals.
Crazy.
That is outrageous. Man, that's why he's part of the Trinity. That's why he's got a statue outside Old Trafford. Can't be Dennis Law.
And then the cynics will say, "Oh, but football's harder now." You know.
Yeah, but back in that day, that's people when they could kick you. You know, could do whatever, couldn't they? You know. You get much protection.
And also the balls, right? They were heavy. They had lead in them. Some of them.
But 1-0 United.
Good.
Before half time as well. Didn't want to go into half time level. West Ham just starting to get back in the game. United get a goal for the most threatening person. And look, Martinez goes back. Because as Cam says, sometimes to go forwards, got to go backwards.
Exactly.
Yeah. And more insight like that can be found on the Tactical View every Monday on United View. Around midday it usually drops.
There we go.
Nice little promo there.
Nice plug.
Yep. Look at this cross by
What
Eriksen.
a ball.
Bang.
Wow, what's a header. The height is just perfect.
And it just goes to show Eriksen, isn't it, as well? He said, when Flex asked him in the press conference saying, where do you prefer to play in midfield? As a 6, as an 8, as a 10? And he just said, well, wherever the ball is.
There we go.
Which again, like that kind of proves it, isn't it? That's not, you know, that's just, I'll go where the ball is, where I can be effective, where I can create chances. It's just, we were talking about earlier, the midfield in comparison to last season of every week of, no slight against them, but McTominay and Fred, the upgrade that is Eriksen and Casemiro, it's night and day.
Exactly.
It really is. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, guys, as well. Let's see if we can get to 500 likes before half time. Be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right hand corner, KG is loving it in the chat. I could almost hear his celebrations. He said, I'm not adopting any players, no sons, just enjoyment.
Stay on Malanga.
Good block by Ronaldo, tracking back there. I think KG's learnt his lesson from the Wan-Bissaka adoption kind of situation. He backed him, it didn't work out.
And he still backed him. Until the end.
He did. Yeah, exactly. Is that Luke Shaw down? It's a bit winded.
What happened?
What happened to him? There you go, just seeing a replay here.
I think he got elbowed or something.
Oh, he's getting poked in
he
the
got
eye.
poked in the eye.
Ooh. Yeah. That's nasty, isn't it?
That is painful.
That
is very painful to get poked in the eye.
Just getting anything in the eye is always just the worst. I hate it.
Sun?
Yeah, when you're just blinking all the time. Ugh.
Oh, that was rude. That was very disrespectful.
Counter-attack's on though.
Go on.
Go back. Okay.
Bruno,
right,
go forward.
Keep it.
Switch. Nice switch. Keep running, Shaw.
Stay on him, Shaw.
Keep running.
Oh.
Gives it back.
Come on.
Still looks like he's struggling with his eye.
It's nearly half time.
Yeah.
Ronaldo playing CDM Loki.
Oh, good pass. Good pass, Dalot. Give it back.
Oh. Sorry, just keep it. Just don't.
Casemiro tries the ball in. Looking for Rashford again.
Sometimes it's quite difficult to see the angles when you're watching TV.
Yeah.
Because you think, oh.
Nice little ball over the top there by Bruno. Luke Shaw. Good control. Look at that touch by Luke Shaw. Technically, he is very good, isn't he? Ball into the box.
Just too high.
Just a little bit too much. Luke Shaw.
The movement was there, though. The movement was there.
It was there. That's a good run by Ronaldo, actually.
He nearly handballed.
Man was like, get it.
He was about to grab it with his hand.
He was like, give me it.
If it's good enough for Maradona, you know what I mean? Don't think you can get away with that nowadays, though, with
Nah,
VAR.
no.
They'd probably miss
You
it.
could.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's in the rules, though.
They don't know what we're talking about.
It's not clear and obvious.
Handball, yeah, exactly. That wasn't clear.
It's not clear and obvious.
1 minute of injury time added on. As United are 1-0 up, heading into half-time. Marcus Rashford with the header. Bullet header from a rejuvenated Rashford. Going to give a foul?
Come on, ref. That's soft. That's soft.
I'm fine with it. Run down the clock. Groovy with Ad says, man, Rash has been working on his headers, hasn't he? 2 headed goals in a row.
Exactly, yeah.
Putting in that time on the pitch. Is he good enough to play with Mbappe at PSG, Mina? Is he?
Nah, he's not going anywhere.
gonna go
He's
PSG?
staying. He's staying.
He's going
Man. I
Paris?
think he's staying. I don't want to say, like, it's a bit delusional to say it, but he's Manc, born and bred, so I can't imagine him leaving.
Nah, I don't think so as well.
But if he keeps, this is the thing, if he keeps at this form, then come January or come the end of the season, you're more than happy to give him a contract because you've earned it, you've deserved
Exactly,
it.
yeah. And he's playing most games.
There's quite a few
Exactly.
players who their contracts are expiring, and he's definitely one of them that I can see.
They need to
getting
work
an
for it.
extension. Yeah, I
They
can
need
see
to
him
work
getting
for that, yeah.
And there you go, half time. Manchester United 1-0 up against West Ham. A header from Marcus Rashford puts United in front at the break. Paulo, I'll start with you. What do you make of that first half?
I thought we started off pretty well in the first 10 minutes. We had control, possession of the ball, circulating the ball well. I thought there was a little bit of unease at times in between the 20th, 30th minute. I thought West Ham gathered possession pretty well. They started to recover the ball when they were quite dangerous on the counter. I thought that we were giving the ball away way too much at times from Eriksen, Bruno, Rashford. Too many flicks in areas that you shouldn't be doing them. But in the last 5-10 minutes, we've been pretty comfortable, to be honest.
Mina, I'll go to you. What do you make of that half? Deservedly leading at the break?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think Luke Shaw's having a phenomenal game. I think there's been a few standout performances for me today. There's been Luke Shaw particularly, and Rashford and Eriksen. I think the right hand side has been very quiet, which is shocking because like in the past we've had fluidity on both of the left and the right. Especially when Sancho has been playing, we've actually been going on the right, through the right more. So Alanga's been quiet. I think Harry Maguire's he's looked a bit out of depth today, but given that it's his first start since Brentford, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for that. But there's been a few questionable things that he's done that I'm like, okay, Harry Maguire he's not going to change. That's who he is. But deservedly, we are leading in the half. I think the only threats that we're getting from West Ham is coming from their left-hand side. It's coming from Ben Rahma. Scamacca has been quiet. Bowen has been quiet. Luke Shaw for me so far, man of the match.
Steph, would you say United are deservedly in front?
Yeah, definitely. In the grand scheme of things, in the whole 45 minutes, I did think we had periods, probably in the middle of that first half, when we were really sloppy with our passing through midfield. But I couldn't particularly point out any player to you that was sloppy with their passing. I wouldn't put it on any given player.
It was kind of everyone, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just like there was suddenly like a lull in the game when West Ham grew into the game after that. But yeah, I mean, look, I was asked to be on Harry Maguire watch, so
Harry Maguire. You've been on Maguire watch. What did you make of Maguire in that half since you brought it up?
Can I swear? No. Just honestly, every time he touches the ball, I'm like this, but I can't be because my mic's there. His touch is rusty. I mean, when has it ever been good? Sorry, I feel like maybe I'm laying into him, but I get that we have injuries and, like defensively, we're not that, what's the word I'm looking for?
Secure.
Yeah, we're not that secure with him. But yeah, I just think that when Harry Maguire plays, our whole team changes. Because I just don't think that Harry Maguire suits the system that Erik ten Hag's trying to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, and enough of this. Enough of that. Like,
it's the point in the
telling what
clause.
people where to be, but he's
Yeah, do you know
constantly
what
out
I
of
mean?
position. Like, relax.
I think United, again, I agree with what all of you have been saying. I think United deservedly lead in that half. I think we have played the better stuff. To Mina's point, West Ham did threaten at points, particularly down our right-hand side. I don't know if it's just because you can tell that there does feel like there is a gap of sort of connection that maybe Dalot and Anthony had been building the last few weeks, and having Elanga in there, maybe we do miss that. But that left-hand side, has been United's left-hand side for a really long time.
Luke Shaw, Rashford,
Luke Shaw, Marcus Rashford. They've been through several different managers of their left-hand side. You do see that connection, and it is really refreshing to see both of them, both Shaw, both Rashford, who last season were really poor, come back. They look refreshed. They look like different players. And I think this is... And Ten Hag deserves a lot of credit for this, because, I think there were fans, and maybe I'm guilty of this as well. Some people have, not that you write them off, but you're disappointed in them last season because you know that they're better than that. You know there's a ceiling, but they looked so out of it last year. But in the last couple of games, we've just seen the turnaround of Marcus Rashford this season so far has been remarkable. I mean, it really, truly has. Yeah. And again, to the point of now, not only are you talking about is he going to go to the World Cup, he definitely is, but two, he probably should be starting in that World Cup team, because he's getting player of the month in the Premier League. He's scoring goals. He's scoring different types of goals as well.
Which we haven't really seen.
Yeah, exactly. Which we hadn't seen from him in the past. And I think that's a huge credit to Ten Hag. What do you say, Paulo?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've always criticised Rashford about his aerial ability, and I think that's somewhere where he's lacked. And we've seen 2 headers in 2 straight games for Rashford. So I think he's developing that side of his game. Does that mean he can play in the striker position? I don't think so. I don't think his hold-up play is that good. Like I just said, I criticised his aerial ability pretty well, which is what you need in a striker, and he seems to be proving me wrong on that right now. So he's clearly developing that side of his game. But he's been... God, there's so many players you can point out this season. Eriksen, Martinez, Rashford now is... been one of our best players this season.
And they're just showing these chances, and they're all sort of Rashford. He's been really, truly the threat. I mean, he has that header earlier on that was saved by Fabianski, and I guess that was kind of a precursor of what was to come. Mina Eriksen gets the assist again, and just how his quality, his class, it's there to be seen, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just...
That was up there with De Bruyne. That pass was up there with
that is
De
the next
Bruyne.
level.
Yeah, he's just class, isn't he, Mina? Would you agree?
No, he's class, and when he's not playing and when he's...
The direction of the header from Bruno as well is brilliant.
Yeah.
We miss him when he doesn't play, and it's just... Wherever you put him on the pitch, he can make something out of whatever you give him, and I think it really helps. It puts less weight on Bruno. And he's just, that is just a great delivery, honestly, because he takes control of the ball and the ball is still bouncing when he's crossing it in. That's a great ball.
And I think to your point, actually, you're right, that previously in the past, if we would look to one player on the pitch that was going to do something out enough and create something, it'd have to be Bruno, because he was only the only person that could actually do it. Whereas now, not only have you got Eriksen, but you've also got Casemiro that can do that too. So you've got sort of 3 players in there that are creative, and actually, you know what, Steph, as well, obviously I think Ronaldo did all right in that first half. I thought, and people would say, Ronaldo agenda! Owen, how do you hate Ronaldo? But I thought he did okay in that first half.
No, I think he did. I do think he did well. He was, we mentioned that he was dropping deep. Not deep, but at some moments he was getting quite deep. But I think I don't actually think that's out of frustration. I think that may be tactical. From my point of view, I think it looks tactical more than anything. But I guess we'll wait and see in the second half if Ronaldo is out for the second half and if his role changes within the front 3.
Do you think you'll be thinking about any change at this point, Paulo? If not at half time, when do you think he would make them, and what do you think he'd go for?
I don't think he's going to make any changes at half time. We're winning 1-0. Even if it was 0-0, I still think he wouldn't make any changes. Any changes he could make is, I mean, we don't know. All of these football players, they suffer low-key, they suffer injuries here and there, even if it's minor, we don't know what they might be suffering. I think that, maybe Fred might come on. You might see Garnacho. He's on the bench, right? Garnacho's on the bench, right? Yeah, so he might come on because he played well. A couple of people expected him to start in this game. But for now, I'll keep the team how it is. Yeah. Do you think
there's more goals in it as well? Both of you?
No, I think there is. I think there's at least 1 or 2.
I'm just thinking though, like looking ahead, maybe I'm being a bit presumptuous, but till Thursday, obviously we all know that that's a really important game for us. I don't think that Ten Hag will make any subs straight after half time, but I do think he's going to make early substitutions.
Yeah.
That's just my guess.
Does that
just
depend
looking
on...
forward to Thursday, because if you look at our defence, we've got injuries there. We've got injuries in our attack with Martial, so it might be that if we do go 2-0 up, he'll forego. He will bring some players off just to wrap them up and will for Thursday.
I was going to say, do you think that depends on how the game is going?
Yeah.
Because you've got to still be a little bit further in front than just 1-0 sort of thing.
I think if it's 2-0, he's going to make sense.
Yeah.
Exactly. But in fairness, I mean, look, Paulo Maguire in that first half, a couple of erratic moments, which is par for the course, right? I mean, how did you think he did?
I thought he was Maguire. He's just playing on Maguire. I mean, you can just see the difference, and there's a reason why it's from the left-hand side, because it's always Martinez looking for those passes into the midfield, and Maguire's kind of just playing sideways football. He's never really that comfortable when he's in possession of the ball, because there's players constantly on him, so he's never really comfortable, really. I mean, yes, he's got that diagonal ball, that long ball. We've always known that about him. He can progress the ball pretty well, but when he's being pressed, he panics and he just plays sideways, backwards football. Martinez can handle that, and he can very confidently find those passes in between the lines, which Maguire, it's not really in his game, and that's why Delo's been quiet. That's why Alanga's been quiet. That right hand side has been a bit more, just quiet in general. And I think Delo has had more defensive work to do than attacking work to do.
I see what the chat says. Yee says Donny maybe could come on and start Thursday.
Could do.
Gemini says Casemiro has been solid in the midfield.
Yep.
Paramount says Maguire is our weakest player, but he has been decent. And Raka says Maguire's best position is on the bench. And Kilian says Maguire's a liability. I do want to talk about Sancho though, Mina, because again, you look at Rashford, left-hand side, everything's really going through him. He's making the best chances. If you are Sancho, then are you looking at that going, I'm going to struggle to get back into this side unless it's on the right-hand side? But Anthony's going to come back as well.
Even I think Sancho should have looked at Ten Hag bringing in Anthony this summer, thinking, the club had just spent 100 million on a winger 2 summers in a row. Okay, my position is compromised, because Rashford coming, I think, as bad as it sounds, Rashford coming into form on the left-hand side is a bad thing for Sancho. And then obviously that right-hand spot, I think, unless Anthony's injured, you're going to see him starting all the time. To see a game like today or a game like Thursday where the manager went with Garnacho on the left over Sancho, I don't even think Sancho came on.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. He didn't even come on. Then today, the right-hand side is free because Anthony's injured, and the manager goes with Alanga, who actually hasn't started since Anthony came in. Sancho's probably thinking, okay, my position has been compromised, and he's been in bad form. It's not a secret. I think the Chelsea game, he just looked bad. He just looked out of it, and I think the manager I think it was Flex that asked him a question the other day on Thursday after the game, when he was asking him about Garnacho and having wingers who are like direct, and he mentioned, his response was to mention Garnacho being direct and Anthony. He didn't mention Sancho, and I would look at that if I was Sancho and think, okay, the manager wants me to be more direct like these other guys, like Rashford, like Garnacho, but that's not something that's in his skill book. And you can look at the whole argument with Wan-Bissaka, because a lot of people wanted Wan-Bissaka to be this fullback that goes forward, that attacks, that can cross. He was never that. And now that has resulted in him being on the bench, looking to be sold in the summer that had just passed. Is something similar going to happen with Sancho? Sancho's not a direct winger. He's not. I don't think he fits into. I always say, like, Sancho would fit into City and Grealish would fit into United. I genuinely think that. And now with Rashford in form, with Anthony, with Alanga, with Garnacho, Sancho is basically our fifth string winger.
Sure to smash a like on the like button, guys, as well. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Got nearly 1,300 people watching. We're 40 likes away from 500, so if you haven't already, click that like button. Remember, you can join the UV Members Club. Links in the video description. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat as well. You get your badges, your emojis, and your exclusive members only content. Paulo, just building off what Mina said there, what do you think Sancho would be thinking at the moment when he sees United playing in the way that they're playing at the moment? Do you think he would think, actually, I might actually struggle to get back into this side a little bit?
He's definitely worried, because what's interesting as well is that it's interesting when you think about it, because last season we've seen Delo and Sancho link up at times last season. I know we were quite poor, but we did see at times Delo and Sancho link up well on the right hand side when Sancho did play on the right last season. So I think when you recognise that you're not playing on the left or on the right, like Mina said, there must be a worry in his mind. He's compromised. That position is compromised, and Yeah, Elanga played well. We said that against Chelsea when he came on, and we're surprised that he didn't start against Sheriff. But there's got to be something in his mind saying, I need to start playing well because I'm not going to get back into this team. Especially like we said, he was bought as a right-sided player and he hasn't played it.
But also as well, you mentioned like being bought as a right-sided player, but then we've since bought another right-sided player. So even if he thinks, okay, I'm going to be playing on the right-hand side, it's still going to be a case of there's people ahead of you.
Exactly, but that's the thing, because like Anthony, he's injured today, and even then, still, when you were bought as a right-sided player, you're not playing on the right, so Elanga's in front of you. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's a bit like Sancho needs to step up. I think beginning of the season he started off well. But then again, even in those games where he scored or assisted, a lot of people said he was quite quiet in those games. And I think, like Mina said, he needs to be more direct, he needs to be more confident. He's in two minds constantly when he's on the ball. Pass backwards or take on a player, he's never really sure, and that's why he stops. Rashford is a danger because of what we saw today. He takes on the player, he's not scared to take them on, and he's going to have a shot. He's not scared. Sancho is more, like we said, in two minds. He's a bit too nervous at times, and I just want to see him step up.
I didn't really, I just saw there they were saying 100 goals before his 25th birthday tomorrow. So Rashford's 25 tomorrow. Sometimes we forget Mina, don't we?
He hasn't even entered his...
No, and it's because he's been around. I mean, when he came into...
17?
It might have been like 16 or something like that, wasn't
17, yeah, he was 17, I think.
17,
It was like 2015.
Yeah, 2015, Van Gaal last
Van
season.
Gaal era, yeah.
That's crazy.
You sort of forget how young he is.
But you know, like, it's always like, it's sad because players like that come in, like, so, like Rooney came, he blew up on the scene at a young age. By the time he got to 31, 32, he wasn't as great as what players who are 31, 32, who obviously came into their careers a lot later. I'd rather have a player young burst onto the scene, give us his best 10, 12 years up until 29,
Definitely,
30,
yeah.
and then kind of get less out of them. So Rashford, to get 100 goals before 25, and he's got, what, 318 appearances for United, if he stays at United his whole career, he's hitting that 700, 800 mark for appearances.
Definitely.
I would say.
Do you reckon he could be up there in terms of record breakers for appearances?
In terms of appearances, yeah. Who's got the most? I think it's Giggs.
I think it's Giggs, and that's like a lot. That's like 900 or something ridiculous, isn't
it? So it's definitely doable. It's definitely doable.
You have to remember of him, he played until he was like 40, 41.
Yeah, he was playing for a long time.
The longevity was insane. Lil Yo-Yo's been a member for 3 months. Appreciate 3 months of support from Lil Yo-Yo, long-time follower of the channel. Says, the key is options, so players are on their toes. Sancho will have to step up. We have many games for him to show his ability, more to come. Fat Thor also said, I like the stream for the effort Owen and co are putting for our community. Big up everyone. Big up yourself. Fat Thor.
Ariola's come on.
Oh, we've got a goalkeeper, Jezima off. Second half is on. That snuck up on us, didn't it? Second half is underway.
Good, right?
Yeah, second half is underway at Old Trafford. And they made a change in goal. They've got Ariola come on for.
He did look like, I think when he headed it, he looked a bit
loopy, didn't
woozy,
he?
Yeah. Maybe it was the head at that point.
Maybe it was that, but different goalkeeper. I'll tell you what, Ariola is a backup goalkeeper. Rashford!
Oh, he's always going to try to do that.
Yeah, they cut it back.
Yeah,
Ariola's a decent keeper. I think he plays all their European games.
Yeah, their European games, yeah.
It's always difficult for a goalkeeper to come on halfway through. Never ideal. But different proposition to deal with in the second half. But immediately, once again, a minute in,
and they find
Rashford.
Yeah, again.
It's Rashford's the danger man. Rashford's the key, clearly. Martinez, Eriksen, in those deeper positions.
Oh, that's a bad pass.
It's all right though. Luke Shaw gives it back to Eriksen. And it's going to be interesting again to see how the second half goes, Paulo, because that first half was quite curious because for 20, 30 minutes again, sort of largely dominated the ball. Then West Ham kind of get back into it, and then we get that nick the goal at the end. Yeah,
it will be interesting to see how we set up in this second half. I think Ten Hag will just say, listen, Maguire. I think he will just say, just keep the ball. Don't go for any passes that. Just don't force anything. I think that's what he's telling these players. Go for the risky ball, but if the ball's not there, don't do it. Keep possession, keep rotating the ball, circulating the ball well. But don't be nervous to put that risky ball in between the lines, because as soon as we break down those lines, we're in.
And just maintain your composure.
Exactly.
Manage the game.
Don't panic. Don't panic in possession.
Because you did maybe, not that we panicked in that first half, Mina, but You felt like when we started getting a bit sloppy, that was because kind of, not that lost our heads is the right word, but you know what I mean? Just
lost no composure.
Yeah, lost the composure for a brief second. Here is West Ham on the counter-attack. Reverse ball. Maguire does quite well, actually. See it out. Well done. There, little fist bump. See? He can be that guy, Mina. He can be the one, Martinez.
Captain,
exactly. You know, so they were given high fives. He can do the same as well. Fist bump Maguire. That's what we like to see.
Of course.
Infectious. It spreads positivity.
Do you think Martinez likes to play with Maguire?
I think his ideal partner clearly is Varane. Let's not make any mistake about that. I think he's going to pick.
You sure?
I think he's going to pick. But he'd say the same with Lindelof. He'd say I prefer to play Varane because Varane's world-class centre-back. And Lindelof and Maguire are not. They're good, you know. That's where I do sympathise with Maguire a little bit, as I said before. Like, some of the criticism, I think, is over the top. You know.
It is, yeah.
It is
some of the
definitely,
criticism is over the top.
Let's see if the right-hand side can get
Because he's still capable of playing.
Yeah,
like today
exactly.
people are saying,
so the criticism, you would think like he cannot kick a football.
Yeah, you would think like he cannot, like he's got no feet.
Yeah.
But he's very capable of playing. It's just that he's not your preferred player.
No, and he's not.
See?
Martinez.
See? That's what we're talking
Martinez. It's not B.
And the thing is with Maguire, he's flat-footed, so he's never on the front foot. So even something like that where Martinez plays a bad ball, he was just standing. Maguire was just standing still, waiting for the player to come to him.
Come on, pass.
And this is another example of the lack of composure. Like we just lose composure
What's
suddenly.
the concentration like?
Yeah.
And just go back.
Seen a couple of them today. A couple of wayward passes, even from Martinez. Actually, seen a couple of them today. Yeah, like I said, I think I don't think it's any secret. Oh, again!
Hello,
what's going on, guys? Everyone just calm down. Pass the ball properly. I know I said that as I'm shouting. Everyone calm down. It's the opposite of what I'm doing.
Go on. Elanga,
there you go. Oh, he's fizzed that in as well. Casemiro. You can make it.
He's no need to calm down.
Ball in behind. Once again, down United's right-hand side. Cuts it back. Oh, good block by Martinez. High foot, referee. He's kicked him in the head. He kicked him in the head. He should go. He's on a booking. He's on a booking.
Say it.
Send him off.
He's on a booking. That is a bookable offence. Therefore, that's a red card. He's got to go.
Was that Scamacca?
Yeah. He's got to go. It's a second bookable offence.
Right in the head, man.
Bang. Shawn Michaels, Sweet Chin Music.
Yeah.
Bang. Right in the head.
Triple H.
Yes, exactly.
Batista.
Like that.
He's on a yellow as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. If it's not a straight red, it's a booking. Look at this.
Let's see this.
Bang.
That has to be a red card.
How is that not a red?
And you know what? Your captain should be fighting for you to get
go over there.
To get sent off.
Yeah, where's Maguire?
That has.
At the very least, it's a booking. At the very least, it's a booking.
That's a booking, and he's on a yellow.
He jumps.
That is constantly fighting.
VAR.
Send him off. Send him off, ref. There's no way he's still on the pitch.
Anything. That's a disgrace.
There is no way he can still be on the pitch after that.
Wait, hang on. Did VAR not even?
Apparently not.
No. This is disgrace.
My money is on Martinez taking him out.
He's going to do a wild one.
What, Martinez? And then he's going to get a red card.
He's going to 2-foot tackle him. Or he's going to barge him or something.
Go on. There's a ball there. Delo overlap. Good. Go.
See, the thing is, what's ridiculous with that, if that happens at any other minute of the match, if that happened in the middle of the pitch, they go to booking.
Exactly.
And I know they can say, well, he's got his eyes on the ball. Well, he's got his foot on his head as well.
Good ball, Delo. Good ball. Go on, Rashford.
I think the joke would be, wouldn't it, that, well, of course he kicked him in the head because his head's next to Rashford! Close. It was close. He looks sharp.
He does. Dangerous.
See, this is where...
Sancho doesn't do that. Sancho's like, side to side.
But again, this is where
But you can't... I feel like you can't blame Sancho for that. Like, I'm not in, like, Team Sancho. I'm just saying that he came from a system in a different team, in another league, in another country, where he was, used to playing a completely different way. I don't think that the way that Sancho plays, or should I say his style of play, it's not a problem. I just think his actual performances have been bad, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Here's West Ham once again. This is the problem with stuff like that, high foot, is I can never let that go. That will bug me now for the rest of the game.
But do you know what annoys me is like, it's the inconsistency of the decisions of the referees and VAR. Like, I know, however many times we've spoken about it, but that was there was a player a couple of weekends ago who got booked. It was in the midfield somewhere. Who got booked for a similar offence.
Yeah.
So if that happens in the midfield, then how can it not possibly happen in the penalty box?
Is that not a foul, ref? Is that not a foul on Ericsson? Oh, here we go.
God.
Who's this referee?
Here we go.
Who is this referee?
I believe I've got a name. Chris Kavanagh.
Oh no.
Well, Kavanagh needs to go.
I've had enough of him.
Kavanagh needs a red card.
Yeah.
He needs to go.
What happened to our green cards?
I tried the green card system. I tried the green card thing, the sin bin. People weren't receptive to the idea. I still think it's possible for the future of football, a sin bin system.
Sin bin.
Yeah.
Sin bin system.
But trying to fix the game. The worst thing is now, because he's a striker, if he scores, be livid. And I don't understand how, ball in, De Gea's. I don't understand how VAR don't even have a look at that.
This is what I'm saying.
Why
I just said that.
Why would they not have a look at it?
They look at the smallest things, but they never look at the one which
Isn't that a clear and obvious error?
Exactly.
Like, it's shocking.
Because realistically, you could say, the one where, however many seasons ago it was, when Mane kicked Edison in the face and he got sent off for that. That's really no different.
No, it's not.
I mean, obviously,
Back of the
Edison
head.
got some proper damage.
Yeah, but
Edison to his
there's
face.
no difference. Back of the head,
But
front of the
exactly.
head.
Yeah.
What they said for it to be a red card, you have to actually draw red on him. You have to draw blood. Oh,
What
that
does
was
the
a red.
chat say? Does the chat think it's a red card?
There's a lot of. Actually, put it in the chat. Actually,
Yeah,
there is yellow and red card emojis if you're
Okay.
members as well, so you can put yellow or red cards, or let us know if you think it was a red card.
Come on, Casemiro.
I think we might be slightly biased. I think there might be a few reds. I think there might be a few reds.
a little bit,
just a
maybe.
couple. Yeah, a lot of red cards. Chris Metcalf says at least the second yellow.
Yeah.
Kennep says it was second yellow, not a straight red. I think that's my biggest frustration is that, okay, maybe if it's not straight red, but it's a second yellow and he's on a booking. I feel like the referee looked at that and said, I don't want to kill the game off already.
Okay, but do you think, if Skamaka makes another dodgy challenge, do you think then the referee will be like, okay.
Maybe, but the problem is he probably won't now because he realised I risked it a little bit there. It's just referees, man. Here come West Ham on the attack.
Oh my God.
Maguire.
Harry.
Oh,
Did just enough. Oh, Maguire.
sorry, though, we still got it.
We've still got the ball.
Harry
Alanga.
liability
Where are you
Maguire.
running?
Alanga.
Where are you running?
Into blind.
Yeah, where's he running to? Got to be careful now. It's in a bit of transition here.
Okay.
Nearly 55 minutes gone. Manchester United 1, West Ham 0. Still leading through that Marcus Rashford header.
I know we're quite superstitious here at United View, so I'm not going to predict the final score.
Well,
But maybe you can ask the chat.
You can predict because again, I feel like ball into the box.
Get rid of it.
Headed
Good,
away.
Dalot.
Well done, Dalot. Anthony Alanga trying to take it
Come on,
away.
Alanga, come on, just keep it.
I feel like the superstition thing has spread quite a lot.
Oh, right, okay.
And I know Flex does not like it because we blame him. If there's ever a bad result, it's his fault. Essentially.
It's easier to blame him.
It is. And a lot of the time it is his fault. That's my thing. That's my thing. I don't think it's a completely blind thing.
Oh, Antonio's coming on.
Antonio coming on, yeah.
No. Now we really have a problem.
Physicality, if he sort of pins himself to Maguire, might be a bit of a problem. But
He's
this is what's annoying. Skamaka's going to come off and they'll be like, oh yeah, because he was lucky, he should have been sent off. He should be off the pitch anyway.
Disgraceful.
Even David Moyes knows it. Oh. That's it's basically an admission of guilt from David Moyes.
Exactly, he
going
knows
forward. That was
what's
lucky.
happening.
See?
He knows what's happening.
Bullshit. Referee. So when the referee sees that substitution,
He must know that he got it wrong.
Exactly. He should think to himself, oh, actually, I probably got that one wrong. Or I probably made an error there. Because otherwise, why would Antonio be coming on? It's a disgrace. It's a cheat. Bullshit.
He should have been having early showers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be able to make the substitution. Now it'll be interesting to see if that changes anything for West Ham. Because Kamaka, the only thing he's done today is kick Martinez in the head.
Yeah, that's all he's really done.
And get
Kick Rashford in
yeah,
there.
yeah, exactly, a trip over Rashford after getting skilled. West Ham have a bit more of the ball though now.
They are being a bit more composed. Yep.
West Ham just
Yeah, they're circulating it well.
trying to nip it around a little bit. You know, I got to keep their defensive shape.
Yeah.
Bruno pressing a bit. Ronaldo, I don't know if Ronaldo's touched the ball in the second half actually.
We haven't really had much attacking threat so far.
Is he onside? Ball in,
Get
headed
rid of
away.
it,
Oh, well
good.
done. Well done, Dallo again. Casemiro.
Oh, Casemiro.
That's fine, Ronaldo. Counter-attack's on. Where are you going to go with it though, Ronnie? Backwards. You know, I just got to find their rhythm a little bit again, I think.
Yeah.
It's crazy because right now we're winning 1-0, but the game is for the taking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Moyes definitely can feel that they can get something if they just nick a goal.
I just got to keep their shape
Still
a little
not,
bit.
You know.
I mean, they're still... I don't even want to say it because I do believe in the jinx. I'm not going to say that one. United have had 10 shots, 3 on target. West Ham have had 4, 0 on target.
Good.
I'm not going to say
You can see where I was going with it, so I found a way to say it without saying it.
Oh, there's space here.
Space there.
Casemiro.
Oh, surprised he didn't go Rashford. Thought he was going to go Rashford down the left.
Great touch,
lucky.
Ericsson. Brilliant.
Alanga, non-existent.
Yeah,
I'm
non-existent.
Sorry, he has to come off. He has to come off if we want direct attack on both of our wings. Because right now we're just stuck on the left. Like we're stuck.
What do we do though? What do we do
Then who
there?
do you bring on? Do you
That's
bring
what I
on
was gonna
Sancho?
say.
Do you bring on Garnacho? Do you move Bruno to right?
And put Rashford.
Rashford in the middle and then bring on Garnacho.
This is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is very interesting.
I think you probably would. You'd look at the bench. You probably would say it's probably Sancho. Probably. It's probably it probably would be Mina. Probably be Sancho. Probably be Mina. Do you want to play on the right hand side? Yeah. It probably would be Sancho on the right hand side, unless Paulo Facundo.
Oh, where's KG when you need him?
Facundo.
Where's KG when you need him?
Exactly.
Facundo.
Facundo. On the
Oh, Maguire!
You don't give anything. Doesn't look like it.
He shouldn't, because obviously he messed up the last decision, but...
Good, Bruno.
Good defending.
Casemiro.
Good.
Nice little flick there.
Was there, Bruno?
Come on, United. You just need to wake up a little bit. It's a throw in though. Get up the pitch a little bit. They're going to show this replay of the
You got a nutmeg there
the
again.
Maguire incident.
Again?
Yeah, I think there's a
I wasn't
nutmeg there.
really paying a lot of
The
attention.
story
Let's
of his
have a look.
life.
He
Oh
gets
no, he just
nutmegged.
gets done out, but he puts his body in the way, so he gets away with that one.
Oh, that's a nutmeg.
I mean, there's not a lot in it though, is there?
No, not really.
No, because Harry's like, I
Can't
can't
move.
run very
Yeah.
fast, so I'm just going to stand here.
Oh, substitution.
McTominay.
McTominay coming on for Alanga, so we might see a bit of a change in shape here.
Okay.
So what are we going to see? McTominay on,
I think maybe
Alanga off.
Bruno goes right and Ericsson goes 10.
Maybe, yeah.
Could be that. Try to get control of the game.
Yeah.
Interesting to see if there is a change of shape at all.
So run the 60-minute mark, there you go. There's a substitution.
Yeah, 60-minute substitution. Trying to see where McTominay is. He's actually quite high up the pitch. Imagine McTominay in a 10.
I don't want to imagine that.
No, thank
I
you.
don't. Please
Don't
don't
give
make
me
me.
Possible.
nightmares.
Don't make me imagine that.
Possible. Yeah, McTominay's come on, been involved in goals recently, right?
I mean, that one goal that he scored. He came on. Yeah, he
No,
was
yeah.
involved. He gave away a penalty
Yeah,
to
and
Chelsea,
then he
so he was involved.
was right behind Casemiro
He
for that
lifted him
header.
up.
Exactly.
He lifted him up, yeah,
It was
that's
like,
true.
you know,
That's
He
true.
tried to claim that.
figure skating,
Rashford's
dirty
there.
dancing.
Ronaldo's calling for it.
Sure, ball in
There
the
you
box.
go.
Ronaldo!
Oh.
That's a chance.
Too high though.
That's a chance.
Luke Shaw's deliveries.
Just needs to
I don't know. Was it too high? Did he time his run?
it
His
was
jump
a
a
little
I
bit
think it
high?
was just I think he
thought
jumped
just
early.
mistimed
I
it.
think he
Let's
just look. He jumped a bit early.
Maybe
he jumped a bit
maybe a bit
early.
of both.
A bit of both.
For Ronaldo, he'll know that that's a chance. He maybe just mistimes it a little bit. You're right though, Mina. Look, Luke Shaw down that left hand
another one
side.
there.
His delivery.
There's a ball there.
Rashford, ball through. Ronaldo's going to have a shot. Ronaldo. Oh, Ronaldo.
He just wants a goal, doesn't he?
Ronaldo.
He wants his 800 and...
But in fairness, and again, this is the point with Ronaldo. You would say, like, at least he's making those runs. He's getting into the right places.
He's had a lot of defensive work to do today. To be
Yeah,
fair.
like, that's a good run to make. Slices
Oh,
it.
Bruno was there,
Bruno's
but
done
Bruno
that.
wanted the cutback.
Yeah, he just wants the goal. I wouldn't blame him.
But this is the thing, I've said before, as long as, it's the same with Rashford, same with Ronaldo, as long as they're making those runs and getting in those areas, I don't mind. It's when they're not. That's my concern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Martin.
But United seemingly, hopefully, have woken up a little bit there.
Luke Shaw. Oh,
Go on then, Rashi. Go on, Rashi. You got space to go into. Shaw's on the overlap. Give it to Shaw. Is he going to go Shaw? Or is he going to run into a blind alley? That is a very Rashy thing to do.
It is.
At least he ain't knuckleballing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd rather have him.
Ignore the overlap, run into the players, knuckleball.
That is Rashford all of last season.
Casemiro.
Oh,
Fizzed it in.
Ooh,
unlucky.
I think that took a deflection.
Was it corner?
I'll give McTominay some credit there as well, actually. Ball got fizzed in. Nice little layoff. Look at this.
Giving all the compliments out today, you are.
I think he's playing as a 10.
I think he's playing as a 10.
I think McTominay is playing as a 10. Maybe it must be experimental.
McTominay 10.
McTominay.
Yeah.
That's a bad one.
No.
That's a bad one.
They're not all winners, Mina. They can't all be winners. You have to try it. Experiment.
McTominay 10.
Has anyone come up with an analogy, an anachronism for Casemiro and
I've tried.
yet?
I've tried. It's not worked out.
Eric Miro.
Kasseriksen. Ball in, punched away. Here's Bruno again. Martinez.
Go on.
Look at that.
Look at that dribbling.
Look at that. Composure.
Hello.
Dallo.
Go past him, Dallo. Well done. Left-footed cross. Two-footed, isn't he, Dallo?
Yeah, two-footed. He speaks 4 languages.
I know. He's,
really?
Yeah.
What languages does he speak?
Portuguese, Spanish, Italian,
and English.
And a bit of French, he said, but not fluent.
Because he was saying he communicates in all of those languages throughout the game, doesn't he? It's insane.
Your brain has to be working overtime to be doing that.
Very impressive.
But there's a lot of footballers who speak a lot of languages, and it's very like Lukaku speaks quite a lot of languages.
Or even shout to some of those, like I saw an interview of Chris Smalling the other day in Italy.
He's speaking very
well in Italian.
A lot of them who have gone to Italy have learned the language. Tammy Abraham, Chris Smalling, and they're fluent enough to give Tomori. They're fluent enough to give interviews, and I respect that.
Yeah, I do as well, because that's the one
important
criticism of English players, isn't it? Is the reluctance to go abroad and really, integrate, learn the language. Whereas the foreign players come over to England, we just expect that they have to talk English.
You say that, but then I was thinking of Sergio Aguero at Manchester City,
But he can talk English.
Eventually.
He can talk English.
No.
Someone
Honestly,
like Carlos Tevez can barely talk English.
Yeah.
But, the majority certainly do. And the English players, definitely in the past, it's like, no.
Corner.
Yeah. It's just talk English, but louder. You know what I mean?
And slower.
Yeah, so shout out Smalling. He's doing well at Roma as well.
Mm-hmm.
What's this, a corner to United?
Yeah.
Benrahma's been a bit more quiet this half. Corner there, let's make it count. Rashford header, once again. Ball in.
Someone on the end of that.
But McTominay. I was going to say, if he comes on and gets involved in the goal, Mina.
Got it away.
Then I'll call him McTominay 10.
McTominay 10.
I'll call him that.
McTerminator. Counter-attack there for West Ham. United got to deal with this. Is Rice. Ball in. Flick on by Dallo again. It's been a lot of headers.
Dallo's been good in the air.
Yeah. It's been all over the pitch. Unbelievable. Just get caught a little bit here. Initially, I wasn't sure it was a good ball from Rice, but...
It's like he clipped.
Yeah.
He clipped the ball in.
Yeah.
That was going to Antonio.
Yeah, Antonio's head, yeah.
That was on a plate for him. Maguire's always just caught ball watching. Always. And the footage is not nice on him. It's just always catching him doing the wrong stuff.
It's always there in 4K, isn't it? Got to deal with this corner. Got some height in the box now. Do West Ham. Ball in, away. Good header.
CR7.
CR7 getting in their defensive duties. I've got to get out though. Ronaldo again, defensive duties. Going to stand up Rice. Bit of corner ball. Come on, United. Just need to get going again a little bit.
Another corner.
As the game goes on a little bit and we're getting on to later on, 1-0. Dangerous territory to be dealing with.
It is.
Another set piece. David Moyes' teams, you've got to be careful set pieces. That's
big
bread and butter.
Aerial.
Or they've gone short. Ball in again.
It's not a good ball.
Great ball.
I got to get out. Get to them.
How's Martinez the first guy?
Yeah, exactly. Back post!
Get rid of it.
God, just get it out. Just get it out.
Casemiro, striker, yeah.
Thing is, as well, it's only 67 minutes, so there's plenty of time left.
Yes, there is.
This isn't the time to be sort of pinned back.
And there's no one in our bench, I think.
Well done, Martinez. It's not a foul. Well done.
There you go.
He's not going to win that one.
Antonio.
Be careful, Martinez. Be careful. Shot into the box. Oh,
Fine.
You know what? He stood his ground.
Yeah,
he stood his ground on the
I
first
thought he was
one.
going to go flying.
The first one he did it, but fair play.
You can hear the commentators already being like, "Oh,
well, that's what happens."
Yeah, exactly. That's what happens when you're 5'9".
No, they're going to be saying, "Oh, Moyes is purposefully getting the ball to Antonio to target Martinez because of his height, and he's not good in the air." Well, he wasn't in the air, but.
Whereas if you were going to target a Man United centre back, it wouldn't
It'd
be
Harry
Martinez.
Maguire.
Yeah.
It would be Harry Maguire.
Exactly.
And I was
It would not be
targeting them. It
Martinez.
would be Harry Maguire.
Super chat from Red Baron says, Paulo, do you know if Portuguese and Spanish is kind of similar though? Like if you only speak Spanish, can you understand Portuguese?
I think it's easier for a Portuguese person to understand Spanish than it is for a Spanish person to understand Portuguese.
I was going to say, do those kind of things exist in languages where two are similar to each other?
Yeah,
very similar.
I mean, I speak Norwegian and I can understand Swedish
Oh, really?
to an extent, yeah. But then Norwegian, like in written format, is very similar to Danish in written format, but I don't understand a word of Danish. So Scandinavian languages.
See, that's the one thing. I just wish I'd have paid. Actually, my secondary school was like designated a language college. You had to mandatory take a second
and you
language.
can't speak another language.
I can understand German slightly.
Oh yeah?
I did French and German, and French I really struggled with.
Mina, do you speak any other languages?
I speak my native language, so that's Somali.
Okay.
Somali's very we've got loan words from Italian and Arabic.
Really? Okay.
So there's a lot of words that we have that are Arabic, and there's a lot that we have that's Italian, but I don't speak those two languages.
That is interesting, isn't it? When you do get, like you said, loan words, where they'll pick up a word and be like, well, I have that.
Do they speak Aramaic? Or is that
Amharic? No, that's Ethiopia.
Oh, that's
Ethiopia speak Amharic.
But
Thank
I
you
wish.
for correcting.
It's all right. Yeah, I realised it was probably Amharic that you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I wish. Oh, here we go.
Counter.
Again, bit of space for West Ham to run into
Is
here.
that Dallo?
Dallo getting back in
Dallo's
again.
a beast.
It's not even his side. Oh, Dallo, he's an engine.
What is Harry Maguire doing?
Oh,
Did you just see that?
what did he do?
Just wait for it.
No. I love the way Dallo's playing right back and he's covering at left back. Maguire's just there.
I'm just gonna like.
No, he was saying offside, and that's why he was just.
But he does that a lot, where he's calling for offside, and
He's playing everyone on.
basic football is play to the whistle. That is the basic.
Especially now.
Especially now, you play to the whistle.
Exactly.
You don't stop.
Another corner though for West Ham. Can't keep giving West Ham corners.
They've got big players,
Look at
man.
the height. Look at
That
back post.
aerial threat is there.
In swinger.
Good.
Got to get out again. It's a lot of space. Is he going to have a shot? No.
Ben Rahman got a left foot.
Ball in.
Yes.
We've given. You see, this game is. We've opened it up to them.
Yeah, it's
This
strong,
half, we've
definitely.
opened it up to them. They feel like they can get something.
Definitely. I mean, David Moyes will
They
be
should.
thinking
They should
now.
be one man down as well. I'm going to
They
stick
should.
by that.
Do you think that's a mentality thing, though? Do you think maybe, perhaps, some of our players are still thinking that, 15 minutes after the fact, that they should be a man up, and they're still thinking in the back of their head, like, being negative about it? Because we all know that, like, Manchester United can be, like, negative.
Fragile.
Yeah.
I think the mentality thing has changed under Ten Hag, because you've seen it when we've gone down against teams where in the past we would have just dropped our shoulders, gave up with the game. But then now, even like the Chelsea game, we were 1-0 down, 6-7 minutes to go, and we're still pushing, trying to get.
Exactly, yeah.
United would never be like that last season.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think the whole mentality thing is definitely changing, and I don't think there's any calls in the game where they're like, oh, that should have gone our way, but now that's impacting how I play.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But they should be a man down.
What I would say is that I do think United are starting to look a bit leggy.
Yeah.
Looking tired. Oh, well done. Casemiro. Good block interception. We're just not getting high up the
it's still
pitch
in.
like we were before. Good one,
what
two
a
that.
ball.
Well done,
Go on.
Ronaldo. You just got to
Rashford's
keep
going
running.
for it.
Or is he going to try and find Rashford? It's a difficult pass.
All the way
Finds
through.
Ronaldo instead. Well done. I'll get back on the pitch then, Ronaldo. That's a
come
foul,
on.
referee.
Come on, man.
He just took
I don't
him
look
out.
sure. Book him.
Red.
He is going to. Well done.
So tell me, riddle me this. How is that a yellow card? And the other one isn't? I'm sorry, I'm still hung up on it.
Because the referee just makes up as he goes along. Ronaldo did well to keep that on there as well. And so did Shaw, because he didn't really have anywhere to go.
I would take him down like that as well.
Well, if you got nutmegged.
Yeah, if I got nutmegged, I'm taking him down. He ain't getting past me.
There's nothing worse.
I'll do worse. Even if you put me on the floor, I'll grab his legs.
Especially
He's
as
going down either way.
I'd do it, but I'd try and style it out and be like, who, me?
Be like, no, I'm on the ball. I'm on the ball.
Nothing worse as a keeper when it goes through your legs.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst.
Especially with some people when they're good enough that they can actually, they mean it as well.
Yeah.
Bang through your legs. Oh, it's horrible.
We need a quality ball here.
Ericsson stands over the free kick. Ball in.
Ooh, back post.
Back post, Maguire. Oh, I was trying to set it. Not sure he was setting it too. I thought he was going to put it back across goal sort of thing.
Yeah, the direction on that header was not good. Oh.
Bruno's won it.
Switched on.
Ericsson. Oh, just tried to force it out wide. Vegeta says, Luke looking good.
He's looking very good.
Yeah, very good. I think both fullbacks have been amazing.
Dallow's been all over the pitch, hasn't he? He doesn't
Yeah.
stop. He's been playing left back, right back, centre midfield.
Oh.
He's been playing everywhere.
Cam, he was playing up front.
Yeah,
at
defensive
one point.
midfielder. I mean, we're still, again, McTominay, look how high up the pitch he is. Oh, he's dropped a little bit now.
Yeah.
Bruno's actually in front of him. Maybe initially, just for 5 minutes, he came on as a 10.
Yeah.
Ten Hag saw the error of his ways when actually, this isn't the time to do another experiment. We're like on Thursday. Maguire, good pass.
Good ball.
Casemiro. Just got to get back out to maybe Rashford a little bit more in this half.
Oh, Rashford has been running a lot though. He might be a bit
Maybe
leggy.
he's a bit fatigued as well. When they sort of loaded up that left-hand side a bit more. It goes Ronaldo, drops the shoulder.
Have a shot.
Go on, Ronaldo, he's going to have a shot. Oh, rolling back the years. CR7 there. Man on, well done. Shaw. Gives it to Maguire.
I think we might see Van der Beek come on.
Oh, goes through the back of him. Is he going to play advantage?
to-
Referee,
ref-
take it back.
the free
Take
kick,
it back.
man.
Bring it
Oh.
back. Good.
Bring it back.
Bringing it back. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Guys,
Say it
who's
back.
taking it?
Bring it back to him.
Guys, who's taking it though?
Well, CR7 got to be in it.
Is it?
Of course it is.
Let's see here. How far it is.
It is a foul as well.
That's a bit sloppy.
I don't think that's shooting distance.
Goes
is
through
it?
the back
Ooh,
of
that
him.
is
Ooh,
literally
it's
the
nasty
back,
actually,
that is
isn't
the
it?
back of his foot.
It is nasty.
Isn't that where his Achilles is? If I'm
Yeah.
wrong. That's what,
Down the calf
Yeah.
into the Achilles.
Could have been a dangerous one.
Exactly. It's a disgrace, referee.
I mean, if he had calves like Grealish, then maybe he would have felt it.
Oh no, it's not shooting distance. I thought it was a lot closer.
Nothing's impossible, Paulo.
This is where Rashford scored from against Chelsea that time and during
Nothing's
lockdown.
impossible.
You've got such good memory, Mina.
No, it's just because I remember that Rashford goal. I think that was one of the few joys of lockdown football.
Yeah, lockdown football.
Yeah, lockdown football. Game every 5 minutes, pretty much.
Hello?
Non-stop. Oof, who was that? Dallo tried to put a ball into the box. Shaw gives it out to Rashford.
Good ball.
Oh, good ball there.
Cross in, Luke.
Gonna put it in.
Not
Oh, great one.
I can't recall a time that the Areolas had to make any real saves in this second half.
no.
Yeah.
Haven't threatened as much,
It's been a bit-
certainly, have United.
It's been a bit more cagey in the second half.
I think
Maguire, relax. See, he's in these
Oh,
positions.
he scares me every
Yeah.
time he's got the ball.
He's in these positions.
I know it's Halloween
I
tomorrow.
was going to
but
say
he
Halloween
actually
defender.
scares me.
It's always a jump scare.
It's a real jump scare.
They should put that suspense music on, like in those horror films where it's like,
For real.
Well, that was a header, jeez. But about 15 minutes left, 14 minutes left actually, plus stoppage time. Rice just ran away from Bruno there, jeez. Taking on Dallo. Well done, Diogo Dallo. Oh, referee, what have you given there? You're giving a foul. How dare you?
Casemiro.
I just.
Well, let's see here.
What's he giving a foul for? No!
Nothing.
What is this referee doing,
That
man?
is so soft. He actually died.
Ah, what's this? And this is the thing. Like I get it, referee. It's a difficult job, and
Consistency.
it's pressure and it's scrutiny. But that's just a bad decision. Same with the one earlier. It's a bad decision.
The thing is, you can be forgiven as a referee, like, for missing things like that.
Yeah.
But then surely this is what I was saying about VAR before. The
Yeah, with the one
inconsistency of
before.
it. You need to step in and help.
Now it's a free kick in a dangerous position. If something comes from this, I tell you. Premier League referees. Ball in!
Oh my God, that was a big one.
Hasn't gone out just yet, as well.
That
Now
was
it's
a
gone out
big
for a throw in.
Martinez did enough. He didn't even contest
I didn't
for
even
it.
see it.
He
Yeah,
didn't contest for it. He didn't jump.
It's one of those ones.
He
It's really
just- he
flat
put him
ball.
in.
Just
I
rolled
think he
off.
was grabbing him.
Oh,
Yeah, he did enough.
Martinez. It's literally Martinez on one of their biggest players as well. Look, he's a giant. He does just enough.
It looked like he actually put his elbow into the ball.
I don't
That's
know.
actually what it looked like.
But Martinez, good
Let's not
defending,
say
just,
anything.
just about enough. Long throw from Antonio.
awkward.
Don't
Be
touch
careful. Yeah. Oh, you spun it. Go on. Oh, referee, you're going to hold it back. Now you're going to book him. Book him. Cynical foul.
Send him off.
it. Send him off. The ref has no shame. This ref has no shame today.
No, none.
He needs to go. Kavanagh needs to go.
I think, was it Howard Webb's going to become the head of the
Yeah, the
referees in
referees
December or
association.
whatever? Can't become soon enough. We need him back.
Where's
Howard.
Mike, where's Mike Dean when you need
Exactly.
him?
We need Howard back with his Man United shirt. But the refs are terrible in England.
Pablo,
They are.
how are you
Fred.
feeling?
Fred's coming on.
Who's he coming on for?
Frederico.
Fred for Ericsson. And shore up that midfield. Need a bit more energy, more legs.
More running.
Well, exactly,
running.
Mina. That's what he's there for. That's what he's good at. He's good at running.
I think the
Frantically.
The Mina scout report.
Do you think that means McTominay is going to drop in with Casemiro and Fred is going to go a bit more forward? Or is Casemiro holding by himself?
He's actually quite
It looks
deep,
like
isn't
he's
he?
holding by
very
himself.
deep, yeah. Maguire.
I don't know what he's doing.
That was a vibes run.
What a ball.
The vibes running pass.
Yeah,
What's a ball?
10 marks.
No, Maguire. I don't know what
No.
Maguire's
okay.
doing.
Do we ever know what he's doing?
Fred's a bit higher.
Oh, I don't like that stat. Points dropped from winning positions, fewest this season, Manchester United.
What are they trying to do to us?
They're trying to jinx it. They're trying to do curse of the commentator.
I thought you didn't believe in it anymore.
They're trying to, well, I believe in it. I've been told I'm not allowed to, perpetuate it on the channel, but I very much believe in it.
Do we have any update on your father's shirts?
Yeah, I know he's done very well this season. Rashford on the back of one shirt turned out well. Martinez on the other. So
There we go.
So he's done well.
And we're 12 games into the season?
Yeah.
Okay.
I stopped getting names on the back of my shirt after last season. I just feel like it's bad luck.
My dad's always done it, and his track record is horrific. I mean, we're talking Phil Jones, Marouane Fellaini, Romelu Lukaku.
That is.
If I ever went to Old Trafford and saw someone with Jones on the back of their shirt, I'd laugh.
Yeah,
I'd actually laugh.
But
All
watch out
in.
was their surname, though.
No, if it's their
Oh, yeah.
surname, that's a different
Touch.
thing.
Yeah.
But Jones,
No.
number 4,
Yeah, I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
yeah. As he actually has a signed Radamel Falcao Manchester United shirt.
Is it?
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, he's giving it away. Oh,
Bad
well
touch.
done, Maguire. God,
Yeah, well
he
done,
headed that, blocked that one in slow motion, didn't he?
Okay, we need to calm. We just need some
Oh,
more
oh,
control
there's a
back.
break.
Keep running, keep running.
Oh, Bruno. It's not enough pace.
So I'm not sure, what can Ten Hag do to sort of change, the momentum of this one? I'm not sure what he can do.
I'm not sure.
I think he's just got to try and see it out.
Yeah, and maybe that's what he's doing with Fred and McTominay.
Yeah.
Come on,
God,
this
this
referee! Oh my God, he's actually so inconsistent.
Oh,
Because we've really, this half, created near enough next to nothing.
I do
couple of
think
Ronaldo chances,
Yeah,
that's
I
about
do
it.
think it's worth us playing down the middle more. And I know you may laugh, but I just think that the defence, if we do get into their final third at that point, the crosses have been dropping off a bit. They haven't been great. They've been quite poor. But also West Ham's defence, obviously they're really tall. So is it worth us trying to come through and attack more centrally? I don't know.
Headed away by Casemiro.
Nobody's
Maybe
there.
in this instance, again, it's not, don't have to do a counter every time, just keep it.
Yeah.
Maintain a bit of the ball.
Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw. He's pulled out of it as well. It was a good tackle. You've got to get back in now. Where's Dallo when you need him? Run to the other side. Martinez, ball in. Back post.
Yes,
Oh, well done.
Dallo.
There he
No,
is.
again.
There he is. Diogo Dallo.
Good.
Yeah.
I like that. Again.
Dallo. He is winning every
Everything.
header.
Tomine.
Oh, he's just been bodied there as well. Shoots!
Oh, what to say? First
David
save
De
he's done
Gea.
all game.
First save all game, but good for him.
Good.
For De Gea for being switched on.
That's
Exactly.
what
Like
you've
that.
got to be careful with Antonio.
He's got to
Just
stay on.
physicality.
It's a good shot.
Good shot. Should save it.
Yeah, should save it, but it's a good
Should
save.
it, but it's a good save. Power. And West Ham are in this.
They are, man.
They
It's
definitely
like-
think they can snatch.
Yeah, they can get something.
snatch something. And I feel like with the weekend of football we've had, it's just I'm not going to say what. I'm not going to say
Exactly.
it. I'm not
That's
going to say it.
okay.
I'm
Can't
not going to
believe
say
in
it.
it. Deal with it. Oh.
Maguire.
Well done, Maguire, that time. Fred.
Federico.
That needs to get out. They're
Fred
so
and his
deep.
Fred's one dread really annoys me.
Oh, save David De Gea! What a save, David De Gea!
Oh my God.
That is a world-class save.
What?
How on earth has he saved that? That is look at this.
Even Zuma is shocked.
This is unbelievable. David Moyes is in shock. Look at this for a
what a
save. That is
save.
world-class. That is a world-class save. David De Gea, you absolute Spanish monster.
What?
Look at the spin
Look
on
at
that.
this.
That is spinning.
Outstretched David
Wow.
De Gea. Oh. Come on, deal with it, United. Another header, scrambling, get rid of it.
Yes.
Come on, United, wake up.
But this is what I'm saying. This is what we spoke about before the match, about how if our defence was Varane, we would feel so much more confident in this situation than having Harry Maguire on. We would.
But I
We
don't,
would
I don't think we could put it all on Maguire. I don't think we could put it all on Maguire right now.
I
because
think
we're inviting it.
I think our midfield's kind of just disappeared.
It's just collapsed.
Vanished. Yeah.
It's just collapsed. And I think Ten Hag's substitutions, I'm looking at it now thinking, what is he doing?
Also,
There's
as well,
no way on hell that's a penalty.
That's never in a million years.
Get up,
Get
Zuma.
Zuma.
Also,
Come
as well,
on.
like I know Bruno got the
Martinez
assist
is going to drag him off the floor.
in it. I know. Bruno got the assist for the Rashford goal, but on the wing, you lose that directness. Was it Ericsson?
Yeah.
For
Eriksen
the Europa League goal.
Oh, Europa League.
For Rashford.
Oh, yeah.
When he went on the right.
Yeah.
So he's playing somewhat on the right now. Yes, he's still in midfield, but you kind of lose that directness. And I think we've been running a lot. You can see the legginess
Oh,
in our players.
I hope VAR is not
Never
like that.
in a million years is
You
that
just
penalty.
never know with
Never
VAR.
in a million years.
You just never know.
Yeah, you never know because so inconsistent.
If you're not going to give a red card
For a fly kick to the head.
Martinez being kicked in the head, Shawn Michaels style, then you're not going to give that as a
Heartbreaking.
penalty. Keep your consistency. You can show as many replays as you want.
What
This is
a
the one. This is the
save.
save by David De Gea. And again, this is the concern: is that, like we said, it was around 65 minutes. We said that we had backed off so much, but there was still plenty of time to go.
Exactly, yeah.
That's the problem when you've got like 30 minutes to defend, essentially. What subs has he got left on the bench as well?
That's the thing. That's why I can't be critical of his substitution
You'd
choice
say-
because there's not really anyone on the Sancho, Garnacho,
So maybe
Van der
Sancho or
Beek.
Garnacho for not even just to single him out, but maybe for someone like Ronaldo, just in the sense of we just need a
see
bit
it
more
out,
pace
just a bit more pace, a
on
bit
the
more
break.
front-footed.
Yeah,
Put Rashford up top.
because midfield again.
Oh,
Midfield again. It's just there's
it's just-
nothing.
yeah, it's the
There's
midfield
nothing.
valve.
Midfield's
Which
just
we were
been-
dominating
yeah.
in the first half.
Well done, Maguire. Just puts his foot through it.
Oh,
Keep going. Well done. Now take your time, Bruno. Don't rush. Don't rush. I don't know why you're resting with him. Or go down on the floor or something, Bruno. Roll around. Take your time. What's he rushing for? They've had all the ball for the last 10 minutes. Settle. As I get very animated, tell them to settle.
Yep.
There's less than 5 minutes left. Injury time also to be added on. I can't think of many stoppages though.
No.
Except for when Skamaka fly kicked.
Yeah.
thinking the same thing.
Oh, Bruno. I could have gone down.
Good. He does well to hold it up.
Just hold it onto it.
Got space there.
Scotty.
McTominay. Ball in. Oh! It's in! Oh! It's unlucky. It's unlucky.
Oh my god, unlucky.
That's
Third
unlucky.
one scores a header.
It's a
That would
proper
have
header as well. It's a really good header. Changes direction.
Post.
Oh.
believe this. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it.
Look at this.
Oh, that's a good ball from McTominay.
He's
He's
just about
onside.
onside. Just directs the header. He can't do much more than that. He's redirected the header. Gets up.
He's a good header.
Bottom corner. Oh, he's unlucky. He's
Federico.
really unlucky.
Oh,
Fred.
Federico.
That would have been the one as well. That'd have just
The ref
killed
calls
the game.
that. A little tap in the back from Casemiro, and the ref calls it.
Is he given another foul?
He needs to go.
Disgrace, referee.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Sin United nearly scored. I go, got to give him a free kick then. Oh, that'd have been just the perfect time as well. Get that goal, kill the game off, 2-0, done. Now it's pressure once again. Get out to him. Oh.
I feel like
Another
I'm watching
corner.
a game from last season at the moment. That's how I feel right now.
My nerves can't handle it. 3 minutes left plus stoppage time. 1-0 Manchester United. Another corner for West Ham. How many have they had?
In the last 10 minutes alone.
Yeah, they had loads. They've had 7 corners in the game. Headed away by Maguire. To be fair, actually, it's been useful to have Maguire in the side, considering how many corners West Ham have had today. They'll say that hit his hand. Not allowed to score a goal from it then. That's fine though now. United got to get out.
Just giving them time. We're giving them time to play out from the back.
Like I said, I think we do look leggy. Do look
We do,
tired.
yeah.
I was looking at that the other day. I mean, obviously we're right at the end of October. The amount of games we played this month is insane.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
But this is our last game of the
Insane.
month.
Last game of the month, yeah. And I think there's how many Premier League games
Good.
left? 2? Something like that?
Yeah,
2
2
plus
before the break.
Europa League and an EFL Cup game. So there's like 4-ish games
Oh, I
left.
think there's one.
Our
Premier
last
League
game,
Got Fulham. I know we've got to play Fulham.
Oh,
we've
I
got
thought we
2
just
more.
had
We've got Villa.
Villa.
and
I
Villa and
thought, okay, I
Fulham.
thought Villa was the last one.
Yeah, so I think overall we've got 4 left, including all cups. What's
Oh.
a bad pass? Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, that's the thing as well. Going into the World Cup, I think there's like 1 week of break anyway.
Yeah,
so these
there
players,
is.
I mean, they're going to be knackered
They are.
either way. They're exhausted. I just need to hold on. Be a different kind of win this if we can manage to hold on. Keep going, United. Keep going. Keep going and get another goal. See, good tactics, that. Well done. Go on, Ronaldo. Well done. Go on. Good tracking back.
reading of the game.
Again, I'll tell you what, Bruno's got space if he can find him. He's pointing. Or is it going to be Rashford?
God's
Heavy
sake!
touch, Rashford. Oh, it's very Marcus of last year.
Some things never change.
Oh, no.
Useless.
Come on. Come on. We're into the 90th minute. Don't know how much time is going to be added on just yet. I'll find out shortly.
Probably I'd say 2 minutes.
For this ref, 45 to go.
Yep.
No!
Oh,
Oh,
no,
This,
come
why?
I can't. What?
He's going to book him! Oh.
This is
Just make it up as he goes along.
He must have been bribed.
Whoa.
That's the only thing
It's
I
not
can
even
think
that
of.
much
No,
as
but
well.
he swipes and then he begins to take his foot
Oh.
away, and
Now
he's
he
already
misses-
going down.
He misses the game versus Aston Villa as well.
That's not good.
Wow, that means Ericsson and Donny.
Donny.
Could be Donny.
Donny.
And another set piece for West Ham to deal with. For West Ham United to deal with. Can't even talk.
See how many minutes we have.
Chained behind this desk. Ball in.
Get rid of
Headed
it.
away. Maguire again.
3 minutes.
3 minutes added on time. Be careful, Marcus.
Yes.
Just hoofed up the pitch by Martinez. I'll tell you what, there's 2 players in that half. It's Fred and Ronaldo. I got to get out. Looking tired, leggy. Keep your shape. Keep your concentration. Stay focused. Don't slip up.
We're just inviting them now. I mean, I know it's 3 minutes left, but we've been inviting the pressure for the last,
Yeah.
That's offside. That's offside. If he touches it. Liner, when are you going to give it? He didn't give it offside. Disgrace.
Wow.
Corner ball again to West Ham. United need to get their shape.
what are we on now? 10th corner?
What corner is this? 8th, I think, for them. 8 corners for West Ham. United once again need to keep their shape. Stay concentrated. Don't F up, basically. Ball in. I think the West Ham player did get it. Fred. Who's that on the floor? Ronaldo. He ran into Fred.
Go on,
Go on, Fred.
Go on, Fred.
Keep running. Just keep running.
Just keep running.
Who are you passing it to? Oh, Fred.
What a ball from
Right.
Fred. What a ball.
Just keep running. Try and get a foul or something. Don't give him the ball back.
Run it to the corner.
Yeah. Oh. Ball put in. Oh.
What? Did
Fine, De Gea. Don't even pick it up. Put your foot on it. Wait for them to come over. That's it. Ultimate shithousery. That's what we want to see. I think, in fairness, Maguire's... Yeah.
Maguire's pointing.
I think, in fairness, Maguire's second half has actually done pretty well.
He's
in the end,
redeemed
He has
himself
done well in the second
somewhat,
half. Especially considering, again, he's almost ideal for the opponents we're facing today. Physical, a lot of long balls, a lot of balls into the box. He's had to win a lot of headers, so I think he's done, considering, all things considering, I think he's done pretty well. But still time for West Ham to get one more attack in the last 60 seconds. Come on, United, nothing silly.
I hate watching this.
Be careful, Bruno, you're on a booking. He's got him behind. Oh, he stuffed it. He missed. He missed. Oh my goodness, that was the one. That was the chance.
That was going to be a goal.
Just calm down. Just keep the ball. Just keep the ball.
Oh my God! Oh. Someone just keep hold of the ball, man.
Oh my God.
Don't they know like the basics? Just run the ball into the corner.
1-2. Another
McTominay.
1-2. He's just got past him. Good
Maguire.
tackle. Harry Maguire again. Cheers! Oh, it's De Gea again. I don't believe it.
What is going on?
I don't believe it. Unbelievable. I thought it got in. I thought it went in.
I hit the post.
I didn't see where the ball went.
Yeah, I didn't
when he
see
saved
it.
I thought it went in.
And if that had gone in,
Tomlin gets done out.
it's a great tackle by Maguire. Oh, superb save again. David effing De Gea.
Well, where's Cam and Marcel when you need
That
them?
was going in.
That was going in. Maguire just got something on it. Oh, they're
Away, keepers up. Deal with it, second ball. Well done, punched away De Gea again. That's it, full time. Come on! Manchester United 1, West Ham 0. David effing De Gea. Unbelievable. That's what he can do. You can talk about his distribution.
I like this.
Look at that. Gets congratulated by his teammates because he has pulled off 2 world-class saves. Three world-class saves. David De Gea's got us 3 points today. I know Marcus Rashford gets the goal, but David De Gea gets us the 3 points there. Absolutely superb from David De Gea. Oh my goodness.
He loves this team, doesn't he?
That was edgy. That was edgy.
That last shot they had, Martinez gets a block on it. If he doesn't get a block, that's going in.
Yeah.
That's got on bottom bins.
Oh my goodness. And to be fair, West Ham will probably look at that and feel quite aggrieved.
Oh.
Because they didn't. I don't know if West Ham deserved to lose that one today. Would you say, Paulo?
I think it's a tough one, isn't it? Because I thought we played very well at times. I think we were quite comfortable at times in possession. But the last 15-20 minutes, they've been on us.
It was all them.
They've been on us. So really, if you look at the result, it probably should have been a draw. Yeah. That should have been a goal. If Martinez doesn't get a block on that, it's going in. And De Gea makes 3 world-class saves.
Yeah, Mina, David De Gea.
What a man.
What a man, what a keeper.
What a man. Honestly, people, like you said, a lot of people talk about the things that he doesn't do, but we could have been down 2-1, 3-1. Some of the saves that he made, especially that Kurt Zuma header and that last minute shot. Those are 2 phenomenal saves. And I think we were just inviting them. I think the second half, we looked a mile off of what we were in the first half. We looked a mile off. I think the substitutions, Eriksen coming off, completely dismantled our midfield.
It did.
Even though McTominay came on and then Fred came on, it was like we had 3 people in the middle, McTominay, Fred and Casemiro, and our ball retention was horrible. We were inviting them.
The
last 20 minutes, we were basically telling them, guys, here's the ball, come and score. If they were more clinical, they would have. They actually would have. And I think Ben Rahma he's been causing problems for us pretty much the entire game. He came out to the right at one point, or he was on the left in the first half. We're lucky to come away with 3 points.
Yeah.
I think we're very lucky, and I would say it's more down to David De Gea's saves, because defensively I don't think we were that sloppy. I don't think that we were.
I thought we were active.
I don't think we were that bad defensively, but we were inviting them. In midfield, we were inviting them. There was no pressing. Like the last minute, Fred got the ball, running out with it, and he just gives it away.
And Bruno the same.
And Bruno does the same thing. Like honestly, we were just inviting them. Honestly, we're lucky to get 3 points, but it's the Ten Hag way in it onto the next game.
Well, and I guess that would be the positive, right, Steph, is that actually, we've got 3 points out of a game that maybe we didn't deserve to fully win, but we've got it, we've picked up the points, and we move on to the next one.
100%, and I think we're all in agreement that we did not play particularly well in the second half, and perhaps it should have been a draw. But lest we forget, they should have been a man down. So, so I mean, I know I'm talking what ifs and coulds and maybes, but when you say, did we deserve to win that? I think we did deserve to win that. Because of the refereeing decisions. I'm just being bitter maybe about it, but we should have deserved to win.
I mean, it's an obvious red.
Yes.
Like everyone
well, at very least a second bookable, isn't it?
Yeah, like that is a red card. And if they're going a man down early on like that, I mean, who knows where the game goes.
Someone's saying what ifs and coulds and maybes, you know?
Yeah.
Apparently it's been 8 hours of football since Manchester United last conceded a goal at Old Trafford, by the way. And David De Gea certainly to thank for that today. And I think that actually, Paulo, this is the dilemma with David De Gea, isn't it? Because he can do stuff like that, and his ability to do what he's done today has never been in doubt, never been in question. Yeah. That's not the first time he's done it for United as well. We're talking quality saves, winning us games, getting us points.
Yeah.
Does it become about balancing it up, about going, he can do that, maybe, he can't do the distribution side of things, but another goalkeeper wouldn't have made the saves he made today, and then we don't win the game.
It's tough with De Gea because I think at times in the last couple of games we've said he's done some of that sweeper keeper.
He did it today.
He's been improving, he has been improving.
It's just consistency with De Gea, and I think that shot stopping ability he's always had in his locker. But we have to realise, like, if it wasn't for him, we most likely lose this game.
Not draw. We
lose this game. So I think he's not the worst problem in our team. I don't think he is. I think the midfield has been somewhat solved since Eriksen and Bruno are playing together and Casemiro. And like Mina said, as soon as Eriksen came off, I mean, we just looked like the Man United from last season.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Would that be the one thing, Mina, that Ten Hag would reflect on, that actually probably made those subs too early, invited too much pressure? I mean, we said it during the game, didn't we, that it was like 67 minutes, we went, we're pretty far back at this point. Yeah. For now, it's going to be like 25 minutes, we're going to have to do that. Would that be what you might reflect on, do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think so, because I think like when Eriksen went off and when Bruno went off to the right, I don't know what it was McTominay playing through the middle. I think we were playing a 4-3-3 actually with Ronaldo and then the two on left on the right and then 3 in the middle. I just think we just became static, and I think taking off Eriksen, maybe he's rested. I get it. Thursday he played. He's playing probably again this Thursday. I understand, but when it's 1-0 and the team are knocking on your door, I don't know if that's the right substitution to make. But then again, it's like you look at the bench. What other options do we have?
Yeah.
Like Elanga was non-existent pretty much his entire. Like I'm sure Ten Hag's probably looking at Elanga's performance and thinking, okay, maybe he's not going to start a game again anytime soon, because he was just pretty non-existent for the majority of the game. And with David, the thing with David De Gea is like we consider, I think it was record goals last season just because our defence was bad. And I think having a good structure in front of him defensively the last 10-12 games has maybe reinstilled that confidence into him, because I can't imagine how he must have felt last season conceding 50-something goals. And now his confidence is back, and you're seeing it in a performance like this, because that Zuma header, I'm sure De Gea last year would have conceded that. I don't think he would have even stretched that far enough, because he stretched out 120% to make that save. Like he literally stretched every limb in his body, his fingers included. He stretched for that. And I think that's one thing that you're seeing with De Gea. A lot of people criticise him for the things that he can't do, but when you look at the main requirements of a goalkeeper, i.e. shot stopping, he provides that. And I think Ten Hag might look at today's performance and think, okay, this could work for not the foreseeable future, but it's not the most important thing for us to work on in the next coming transfer windows.
But it might be because his contract's coming up. That's the problem, isn't it? And that's the point.
And he's open to taking a pay cut. So are they going to be like, okay, he wants to take a pay cut, we ain't going to give him a contract, or we're going to give it to, I don't know, Tom Heaton or someone else as our second keeper, and bring in a new keeper, or be like, okay, we'll give him a contract extension on less money, because he has been privileged enough to be earning 300, 350 a year for a number of years. Bring in a new keeper and kind of ease that keeper into the starting lineup, and De Gea be our, I don't know, Champions League goalkeeper. Our cup goalkeeper.
Well, by all accounts as well, when the talk about him in the week was saying he's more than aware that the contract he's on is big, and he'd be willing to stay for less. Red Barrel with the super chat says Martinez, we look leggy in general though. Andil says no more slander for De Gea, please. And Troy Superstar, you love Troy, says I question Ten Hag's tactical now. Stupid subs again. Troy, not a fan of Ten Hag. I do want to talk to you though, Steph, about Harry Maguire, because you're on Maguire watch. First half.
Shocking.
Was poor. So
sorry. It was really loud.
was poor first half. But second half, I think it's fair to say he probably redeemed himself. Towards the end, he was making a lot of blocks.
Yeah. But and admittedly that is one area of the game where Maguire is strong. It's like defending from set pieces, or the opposition set pieces in the box. The majority of the time he's quite good with that. Whether or not, you know, he clears his header X amount of yards or not, he's good at doing that. But in response to, was it Troy?
Yes, Troy superstar. And he's also got another super chat saying, second time Ten Hag has nearly cost us 3 points.
So what I would say with that,
oh, Troy.
And in response to Mina, you know, the comment that you made about, why, you know, Ten Hag subbed players off without going 2-0 up, or maybe he made the subs too early. I just think using Marcel's terminology is trust the process, right? Like trust the process. I do feel like he made those decisions with next Thursday in mind. Perhaps it was a bit arrogant taking Eriksen off that early, but maybe that's just a matter of protecting him because he's so integral, right, to our midfield. Like everybody knows that. Ten Hag knows that. Maybe he's just like, I need to take Eriksen off, save him for Thursday. Well,
maybe it was also trust in bringing on your McTominay and Fred, who are at points this season have done well, but today when they came on, they didn't do that great.
Yeah, you know? Fred's
nearly scored. Yeah, he was really unlucky with that header, but maybe it was just a case of that. I mean, that was really the thing, Paulo. Actually, you can take out of the game that, you know, maybe we were lucky to get those 3 points. You would take out, obviously, De Gea played really well, unbelievably. Yeah. Defensively, we actually did do really well considering all the pressure, and you would just maybe look towards that midfield going, actually, I don't know if it was legs, I don't know what it was, but just didn't exist in the second half.
I think naturally when you bring on McTominay and Fred, you just lose that control in midfield. And none of them are really creative players. Yeah, McTominay is quite a physical player, and he essentially came on because Ten Hag knew they're going to go for they're going to go for corners, crosses. The set pieces are always going to be dangerous, and they were dangerous pretty much the whole of the second half. And this is why Maguire stood out the most, because, you know, that aerial threat from West Ham. Maguire's good at that. That's what he's good at. But on the ground, that's where he struggled in the first half. But yeah, we know this though. We've seen it for the last 2 seasons that when McTominay and Fred are in midfield, you don't have the control. They're not very good on the ball. McTominay, yes, he's progressed at times with that, that first pass. He's been a bit quicker on the ball. But Fred, I mean, he's not particularly mobile, and he's not that controlled in possession, in my opinion. Fred and McTominay, they're not. Eriksen, like, we're just going to keep repeating ourselves. He's the man who's transformed our midfield with Casemiro as well. So I think it's night and day. I mean, it's like you said, the ultimate upgrade. So yeah, I think we should have been expecting a bit of a fall off in terms of the quality in midfield regardless.
But there you go. Another super chat before we wrap things up. M. Sati says, Maguire was good in the second half. He needs to be applauded when it's right too. Ronaldo didn't score, but his runs are not questionable. Still important. I would agree. I thought they both did pretty well.
The defensive work was...
Exactly. But there you go, guys. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right-hand corner. Remember, you can join the UV Members Club. Links in the video description. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat. You get your badges, your emojis, and your exclusive members-only content. Stay tuned, because there's plenty of reaction to come from Flex and the gang outside of Old Trafford, plus us here at UVHQ. This has been the Match View, and we'll speak for you again very soon. Peace!